Yo, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Inseinen Studios weekly podcast. This week we are going over Abara, the entire thing.
It's
All
two
right.
points, so
Say hi.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, everyone.
We have our badass foursome together. Myself, Mars, Atfer, and Millennium, who's muted, probably
Hello.
accidentally. All right.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up, Shizoid? Oh, how is everyone?
I'm good.
Yeah, great.
Watch Castle in the Sky in the movie in the theaters, so that's nice.
Oh, that's cool. That's
You
actually
lucky
one of the ones I
bastard.
like. Hey, Prater.
Or no, it's Howl's Castle, but it's kind of the same thing.
No, they're not.
Yeah.
Howl's Moving Castle and
The-
Castle in the Sky are two
yeah.
different movies.
Yeah, I
No,
know.
There is a funny,
Shame on you.
a funny quote. I don't know if it's true, but there's a quote somewhere where when trying to get the rights to adapt Owl's Castle, because it's a book initially, into an anime movie, the original author didn't want to sell the rights because apparently she got the idea in the first place from watching the pirate version of Castle in the Sky, which is pretty weird.
That's interesting because I know another writer basically of the artsy cycle. I think Ursula K. Le Guin. I don't know if I pronounced it right. So she wrote the artsy cycle, the Wizard of Artsy, the Tale from the Artsy, and Ghibli. Ghibli's Hayao Miyazaki. He wanted to adapt it into an anime, and she didn't agree at first because she thought it's gonna be like a Disney film. But later on, when she agreed, the son of Miyazaki took the project and made a shitty movie. In the end, everyone was disappointed.
Like he did with the last one with the witches.
Anyway, it's all about
We're
taste
not
and
gonna-
creative differences. Yeah.
All right.
It's just sucks.
That was good. Nice little Miyazaki, nice little
Right.
Ghibli movie intro before we get into some really disturbing body horror magic.
Well, yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
All right, dope. I guess let's just get into it. Anyway, for all you out there, if there's one thing by Nihei that's really easy to find and not that expensive, it's Abara Deluxe Edition, at least in America. I don't know. What do you guys have in Europe?
Yeah,
Europe too. You can get
You have the same one?
Yeah, exact same.
Dude,
Why would we have a different English edition?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, you
I
guys
don't know
have...
about you guys. Yeah, but for in the UK, they got the same one, the deluxe edition.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just one
all
big volume.
It's
gonna
never
cost
been in
like-
English up to this point.
Oh, really?
Um,
The singles were only
before.
Japanese?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or in Spanish or Italian or German, but never in English.
Dude, I honestly would have rather had Blam and... Dude, all of the other master editions for his works, I would have rather have them in these hardcovers.
Yeah,
Personally.
true. It's the
I don't
only
know.
one that's in English in a hardcover and in a weird size too. It's like a bit bigger than like a Vagabond volume, but a bit smaller than a
It's
Master.
bigger. It's closer to a master edition.
Yeah, it's closer to but still weird.
Also,
It's
also
probably
it has
because
a
of the
poster.
hardcover.
Yeah,
Yeah, the hardcover's
hardcover.
dope.
Yeah, I really like hardcover books rather than paperback, which always get creases and gets folded.
I mean, this
So,
one
yeah.
gets also creases on the covers, obviously, because it's.
If you're not careful, I take
No,
my books.
seriously. The master
I handle
editions
them
will
really
bend. There will be a crease easily
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're not careful. That
It
will
also
never happen in
depends.
ones like this.
Yeah, it
No, I'm
also
talking about the
depends on
hardcover. Yeah,
But
I'm
with
talking about,
hardcovers, it also depends on how good they do it, because those can also fall apart easily if they do a shitty job. But
Mhm.
that's another story.
Well, I think these
Anyway,
are dope. Yeah. Say going on, Millennium.
so yeah, talking about shitty job, we're into Abara.
Yeah.
We're gonna decipher what's happening here.
Oh, it's so hard to
We
just
did a
jump
nice
into this
juice, but-
mess, dude.
Hell yeah. What's the
Well,
The
point?
story is so much of a mess.
Dude, it's so much.
It
I
goes
mean,
everywhere.
Biomag is even more a mess, honestly. I mean,
Well,
if
but
you
I mean,
don't get the plot
Biomega is at least coherent in its own mess.
brilliant.
I don't know. It's a bit longer, so you at least
Yeah,
have,
6
have
volumes.
a
You
bit
can
of
do
time to
more.
think about the mess.
I
But
don't think
in
Biomega is
Abara-
anywhere near as messy as Abara.
Yeah.
to be honest.
Abara
Yeah.
just gets everything in like big exposition sequences happen like in a single page, and that's it. You don't get more information and stuff. You just
I
have to
mean,
guess what's
yeah,
happening.
but that's most with his works, though. But this one is a
Yeah,
bit
yeah,
easier
it's
to
true.
follow, though. I mean, with
Interesting.
Biomecha, it
because-
starts out easy and then ends a bit confusing, or starts to get confusing.
Okay.
Interesting because to me, the Abara one is the easiest one to get into. I think it was the first one that I completed. Like I started with Blame. I read a couple of chapters and I think a couple of volumes, and then I went to Abara to just check it out, like what's there, because it's shorter. And I think the
Yeah.
first time I read it, I took a different thing away from it. But later on, when I reread it, I think I gradually understood it a bit more. And
Oh, it
yeah,
definitely takes rereads. I noticed, I think today was like my 5th reread, and
Mhm.
it was so much easier to follow. But I remember the first time I read it, I was just like completely lost. I didn't know, I didn't remember
I wasn't
anybody's
completely
name.
lost, though, but-
I didn't know who was who. I didn't know how to distinguish the Ganas from each other, especially of the
Oh,
same
yeah.
color. Like, dude, I had
That's a
no
tricky one.
idea. Even some of the characters, like I was just like, who was that? Who just died? Yeah.
Yeah, but most are
so.
just really
Yeah.
short on a few pages and then just die off. It's the same in Blame. You have some scientist that goes on with Gideon, does this and that, and just dies, and it doesn't matter later on. So.
Yeah, but this is the only one I think one of the rare ones where the characters in the end, the main characters, I mean, they really survive, and even though they're surviving, it's not a good end for them. In the other
No.
ones they
Yeah,
die.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
but here, oh my god! And also another thing that I think here it's more creative, even though it's a short manga. I think Tsutomu Nihei really emphasizes the time span between the panels with the how wide they're, the length of the time you gotta spend with each panel. That's why I think I spend more time with the fighting panels, trying to decipher what's happening there, and I think that's why it didn't feel that short to me.
I mean, yeah, there's
Also,
a lot of detail to go through with, obviously, and they're not too difficult to follow the action scenes like his previous works, to be honest. But
Mhm. Yeah, I
I
agree
feel
with
like
that.
it's an easy to read book, but it's really hard to understand in its entirety.
Yeah, today we'll try to understand it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll try. We'll do
Or
our
not.
best to explain the biggest questions. So we start out with this, beautiful,
Huge
like, yeah, long spread of probably. Oh no, that's Ayuta because she's the white Ghana, and Kudo, the main black Ghana dude. It's pretty beautiful. And then we have another. It's like a 3-page spread.
Yeah, it's also with the Japanese ones. They have the same 2 spreads.
Yeah, where we see this giant, kind of like dystopian looking, almost apocalyptic
Mausoleum.
city with this giant things they call mausoleum, which is like a big ass mountain with a round top that looked like it was just like cut off at the top. And it says the ancient massive structures had existed for so long that they were considered nothing more than features of the natural terrain. No one suspected what lay within. And then we just go to this dude walking around in the city. He enters a clinic. I don't even know how we're going to talk about this manga, dude. It's so
He
crazy.
goes to a
Yeah,
GP,
we talked about Blame, and we
like in
talked about this
NHS.
other.
Yeah, so there's this guy needs to go to the clinic for some reason. It's filled with
Yeah.
people, just like on all corners. They're sitting down.
Like real life, basically, in third world
Yeah.
countries.
Oh, right now with COVID,
Where
yeah.
do you live, man? You're talking about real life. I've never
Yeah,
seen
man,
people sitting down in a GP's.
I heard the vaccine
Maybe
turns
the
you
third
into a
world
white
country or
Ghana.
something like that.
Don't take the vaccine; it turns you into a Ghana.
Yes,
no.
hell yeah, turn me into one. Hell yeah.
Now
Dude.
you just want to bang Ayuta.
I would, yeah. I want to do Naita though. Aita's like in a wheelchair, but we'll get to that.
Oh, yeah.
Unless you're into that, Adver. Like maybe you're into banging paraplegics. I don't know.
Or into vegetables. I'm sorry.
All right, guys, we're just messing around.
Nah, we're
Hey,
not.
someone's gonna be like, "Hey, my sister's in a wheelchair."
Oh,
Hell
no.
yeah.
Be like, "Yo, they need loving
I'm
too."
sorry.
All right, don't count them out just because they're paralyzed.
Yeah, I didn't bring it up, okay? All right, let's
Okay.
move on.
One more comment on it though: women in wheelchairs are better off than men in wheelchairs because men's dicks aren't going to work, but women's vaginas could still maybe enjoy sex.
Function, maybe.
Debatable.
No, I mean it's the same vertebrae, so it's still working.
We went from horrible monsters to banging vegetables. Great.
Okay. Anyway, he goes to the counter and she's like, "Do you have an appointment? Please provide your registration ticket."
Nope.
He's like, "I don't. It's an emergency."
Need to fuck the doctor, and the fucker transforms.
Yeah, she's basically like, "We can't see you for 2 weeks," and he's like, he starts freaking out. He's like, "I need to see a doctor," and he spreads his hand out on the table, and it starts like vibrating violently, and then just transforming, and it looks like just like a giant mass starts forming out of his hand. That panel on the bottom of the page,
and his wings are gonna spread. And his face, everything. And the nurse is also tentacles going to her skull and her body. And
what are we gonna call these things? I don't think we should keep calling everything that's like cylindrical and long a tentacle. Because like there's too many tentacles.
It's just like tendrils and like exoskeletons.
Yeah. Let's try to say tendril throughout the show.
Yeah, the main tendrils that are like on the front of the gown, and in the back they have external spikes coming out of the vertebrae.
Yeah,
good way to put it, Adver. Anyway, the spindles. I already fucked it up. They go right. The tentacles go right through the nurse lady in multiple spots. It's a beautiful dude. There's so much good body horror in this manga. Yeah. And then everyone else in the clinic they're all dead. Bloody masses, and there's a giant hole in the floor where the dude was standing, where it looks like he busted out through.
Yeah, we will
most likely not under control of himself anymore. It seems like what happened is he just turned into a white Ghana in what's referred to as a corporeal manifestation of these creatures, and it looks like we don't know what causes them yet, but that's sort of what's happening. And it seems like, that person's consciousness is no longer in that body. It's like something else. It's like a monster. What do you guys think?
Yeah, but we don't even know what kind of consciousness is left of them. But yeah.
Probably none. Or just see shit and that's it, maybe. Who knows?
It's just instantaneous mutation going berserk. And he's just going like, mindless beast. Yeah. And we'll see him later on. I just want to point out that the blank panel in the end, it feels so much like the cinematic what do you call it? I forget the term. Anyway, basically this whole thing feels like an OVA to me. The whole manga short OVA, and every panel is like every frame, from that OVA.
Like a fucked up 90s, 80s OVA of like 50 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, back when OVAs were a thing and good, and there was cell animation that was good. Anyway,
now it's just shit.
And then it goes to guys. There's like a shitload of Nihei and his crazy architecture drawings. Plenty of that in this manga. They're kind of like the in between panels of what's going on. And then we get to like a cultivation for aquaculture called Abarano. And it's a place of work. There's like these giant pools of what I guess is them cultivating agua. Oil?
Yeah, he said at the end that it's oil. That's the oil is being drained or something.
No,
he does make a comment, but I think that's separate from this.
Yeah. I think
it's the same thing,
what they mean. I seen what I think what they mean is like they are doing algae. I don't know. I don't know what's correct, but like cultivation of algae because they can easily sustain a population with this. There's
Yeah,
a
we'll get
lot
to where
of
they talk about it. Right now, it's
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
like these giant pools, and this lady comes in to talk to the people working. They're looking for a guy named Ito.
False name.
Yeah, false name, and her name is Totohomi. Remember these names, guys, because they say them like once or twice. The first time you read this,
Ito
like
is not
write the
important
names
because
down. You will
let's
forget their
just forget.
names. Absolutely.
Ito is
There,
not important.
yeah, not a lot of
Only
dialogue.
now and later on it's just
This is like the least
I
amount of
just
dialogue in any Nihei story. Like it's crazy how dry it is. And yeah, so this girl Totohomi meets with Ito, the false name,
kudo.
and yeah, she calls him Kudo. So that's his real name. It's actually Denji Kudo. He's like the observation bureau promised to leave me alone. That was the deal. So that's what this lady's from, the observation bureau. She's like,
White
something
guy.
bad's happened. He's just like, go to
What?
hell. So obviously these guys are not on good terms right now.
Nope.
And this is where she says the corporeal manifestation has taken place. That was the white Ghana transformation that started this story. Kudo's like, it's nothing to do with me. He's pissed off. He yells, get out. This doesn't last very long though, because he makes a remark about something that happened between them in the past. Like, if you people remember what happened before, you should know better than to come after me now. And he just like, I'm looking at the panel where all the mirrors just bust and like break. And the first time you read this, you have no idea what happened, but it's almost like when these things move. So Kudo is actually a black Ghana. These things move so fast that people cannot see them. They're actually referred to as invisible creatures by one person, but they're really just moving so fast that you can't see. So I feel like when they move, they just like break the sound barrier and like everything around them just kind of like when a Super Saiyan takes off from the ground and the ground beneath it just like.
I think there were also some details about how white Ganas, even if they appear in our dimension, they are still affected by the mausoleum, and there are some details which are pretty. I don't know. They are not. They don't explicitly tell if the mausoleum still has an effect on the white Gunner, or if it's just the speed. But some people say that they are not visible even or even detectable. It's not just a notion of speed. They shift or phase in.
To me, I think it's just speed. I think it's just so they move so like volatilely. Like
strength is up obviously, and the whole battles just last a few minutes, cause
and also like
you got to see
seeing them when the soldiers are like not like losing visuals and stuff. It just to me is like if someone's trying like sees it, they're dead. They're already dead before they can report it.
It's kind of pointless to send these guys anyway in, because they're just gonna die. They can't do anything about them, so I don't know whether they even get sent in.
Also, I just like how the monster just chews the human remains and just says like the sound effect crunch, crunch, crunch. It's just like going back to Blame last time. The last volume we had the similar scene. Safeguard came in. And just the I don't know if you went to that panel already, but when we see Denji come in, we already see like it's so badass the entrance is. Like you're seeing this monster eating this human, your eye is directed to this what the monster is doing, but in the background the silhouette is there. He's just there.
Okay, so we're past like Kudo transformed into his black Ana, which looked incredibly badass. Yeah. Things shot out of his back, out of his spine, and almost like I think they call it placenta, but it's a lot harder. Well, I guess the placenta in Knights of Sidonia is technically pretty hard, but here it looks more like almost like it was made out of bone but it's called
Yeah,
placenta, and it's
the-
incredibly hard.
It's
In-
like a crab, basically. It's based on it.
Yeah, that's true.
In this one, they make a difference between a soft placenta and a hard placenta, because they make a remark about how one of the Gona evolved too quickly and is possibly just weak altogether with a soft placenta type.
Yeah,
And
there are
the-
different
yeah, they-
types. They do talk about that. Anyway, so this white Ghana is basically messing up these soldiers, and you don't really see it because it's moving so quickly, because it's like the perspective of the soldiers. You just see them getting fucked up and like nothing around.
Just
And they're
try to
shooting-
shoot. That's point.
Yeah, they're shooting at it. And guys, the first time you read this, pay attention to the panel of this guy, one of the soldiers putting his hand right here. This guy. You see that?
The black guy.
Yeah, because this is a reference of the time that passes by during the next battle. You will
It's
see
like
this
a few
guy.
seconds. It's so
Yeah.
fast.
Exactly. Yeah, you will see this guy in panels throughout this battle, and he's
Like
has the
it's- yeah, like
same
a huge
position.
stretch. You almost
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
crushed, and then the monster crunches him some head, and then just
And there's
Yeah,
actually a
never
big
noticed that
boulder. Yeah, that's how you get really get a reference how much time passes. If you look, there's a boulder about to fall on that guy, and then very next panel, we see a nice 2-page spread of Kudo about to face off.
Yeah, I already said it.
Oh, you did? My bad. Oh yeah, the
Yeah,
crunch,
sorry.
crunch, crunch. And then Kudo smashes that big boulder that was about to fall on that dude. And another reference of time, all those particles of that boulder stay in the air over the next half,
Sick.
yeah, exactly. While they're moving around, and then they just start going at it.
Hell yeah.
Really
it's
clever.
so
like,
good, dude.
Or a story that's about like time travel and stuff. The use of time in the panels are really interesting. It's literally like a storyboard in screenshots of a series, or just a storyboard of a OVA.
Yeah, like we said. And then he
And-
gets launched between some buildings just to the other side. The monster is already there. And
Are you gonna miss
Yeah.
the punch the next time when he punches? And we can also see how the monster's been killing all those people with the tendrils cut type of appendage. Like you can
they
see,
just
like,
rip off
three-
their heads and it just kills them instantly.
Yeah, and the boom, the panel of the punch. It's so actual. I like the lettering as well. Really
Oh,
good
the
job with
Dagoom. Oh,
translation.
where he's coming down the downward punch on the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's so beautiful. And yeah, after that's when Mars is saying he gets thrown through, you just see him fly through these buildings all at the same time. Dude, I'm not gonna lie, these fights this is like what Dragon Ball Z should look like, for real.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Yeah,
If the Dragon Ball manga looked like this, that would be sick. Because they don't do the best job, especially in the anime, for really portraying the speed at which these guys are moving. I'm a giant Dragon Ball Z fan, so if I reference Dragon Ball, it is what it is. It's a good thing to reference things on. People know about it.
Yeah. You can also reference this to Chainsaw Man, which is heavily influenced by it. Like the
That's
designs
true.
and the
Oh yeah,
speed.
Denji. They even have the same character. They also literally took Denji from Abara and made another Denji.
Yeah.
And
And horny teenager that just wants to
and even
eat.
has the final form. I'm not gonna it's not even spoiler. It's been a year since the manga ended. I think 2 years. So yeah, in the end of Chainsaw Man,
But there's gonna
there's
come
races.
in second part though after this.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the first part.
Yeah, the first main
Chainsaw Man
thing.
really becomes an Abara character, and even the author said in an interview that the Chainsaw Man is just a pop Abara, so you can see the influence going. So over there. And he read, I think, daily afternoon. Sorry, not daily, whatever. The afternoon magazine as a kid instead of Shonen Jump and stuff. So I think that's why he got to read Abara.
Yeah, I can dig that. Guys, go read Chainsaw Man. It's good stuff. Anyway, the White Ghana, we do not have too much time to be talking about non-Abara things. To be
Yeah,
honest.
yes.
The White Ghana totally follows up. Like everything's happening at like lightning fast speed. He's about to land on Kudo, and like the spike like tendrils stick out of his back, impinge the White Ghana's hand, and they just like fall through the building. Oh, it's such a beautiful panel of like them just bouncing floor to floor to floor to floor.
Have you
Windows are
seen
busting out.
recently? Have you seen the Suicide Squad film, the new one?
I have not.
Nope.
I need to. I heard it was really good.
Okay, it's not much of a spoiler, but there's a scene like a similar scene in that movie where
I mean,
there's the building like this, and one of the characters just keeps falling and falling through the floors. It reminds me of that as well.
Oh well. Well, he's getting to punch him in the face, just ripping it the fucker apart, page by page, and just this stew spread of just rips his guts out and gets his mask off to see his fucked up face. And
yeah, he's like biting his. So the main thing that the way to kill these things, guys, is you have to tear up a certain part of the vertebrae.
Everything.
Yeah.
No, it's a certain part of it's a certain vertebrae that you need to destroy to kill it. We actually see in this panel, Kudo, he's like biting one of them right there.
Yeah. Where his spine is attached to.
Yeah, so when he's punching the shit out of him and like ripping everything out, he's trying to get to the vertebrae.
To that point, it's just ripping it out.
Yeah, and guys, really pay attention. You almost have to like look back when you read this. Like if you try to read like this panel too close, the 2-page spread, the first time I tried to read it, I was just like, I have no idea what's happening. You really have to like take a step back and visualize everything that's doing. And you can see him like Kudo, like grabbing a hold of his spine that he already just like ripped in half. And then we see, it's almost like the White Ghana has like a face mask part of it.
Or his actual face that is just gone.
Yeah, like an exoskeleton face. You see it start to break apart here. And then it like, in the panel below it, you see it come off, and you see more of like a humanoid face underneath.
Face.
See, and then dude, the next page is that dude. It's the soldier with his hand in the same place. The time reference thing of how much time went by, and all the boulder bits are like still in the air. It's fucking crazy. Like these things are insane. These are probably like some of the strongest characters Nihei's made up. We'll have to have an episode one time of like versus characters in the Nihei verse versus each other. These things are tough to beat, dude.
Not gonna tell you, we'll be probably fucked next to these things.
The universe is destroyed.
Yeah. And then now we just have they're guys from the, what's it called? Oh, the Ministry of Martial Justice. No, these are the Ministry guys.
Yeah, it's also a bureau, but yeah.
No, the Bureau is different. The Bureau is like the secret sect that the Ministry doesn't know about.
Yeah.
Anyway, they go to see the aftermath.
The Observation Bureau, I think they're called. The secret organization.
And they're
also called. If you read the like fan translations, in that fan scanlations, it's called Kagen House for some reason. I think it's a mistranslation, and that's about it.
Anyway, when this thing dies, it almost like it's so, I don't even know how to describe this. It just like the tentacles just expand out. It's almost like, okay, we'll see later when the Mycelium gets eaten, even though it really just gets touched by the giant Ghana, and it like hundreds of these giant hardcore tentacles just like spill out onto the land. It's almost like this is like a mini version of that, which we'll see the landscape coming up soon. Anyway, and then we see Kudo sitting down, who's just like beat. He's like tired. He's just like, yo, job well done. I just fucked that guy up. And dude, this is beautiful. Nayuta. Yeah, chapter 2, Nayuta. Beautiful picture.
They're back with the whole spine from Black Guana.
And it starts.
The Nayuta's back. It's colored in, I think, in the original magazine print.
Dude, what color is it?
It's just skin color.
I would love to see that. They easily could have done that. Damn it. Oh well.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're following Tadahome around. It looks like she's just going to where she lives, and a massive helicopter shows up. These dudes come down, and this guy's name is Sakijima. He's a detective of the ministry. He's like, don't move. They take out the other people in the room. They take her to like question her and shit. The guys in his office are, going over who this woman is.
For
They're
the
like, I don't even.
observation agent.
Yeah, they're
Agency.
like observation bureau. Like, what the hell is that? And then they say it's run by the general directorate, and that the section that should describe their function is blank. But her rank, Todohomi's rank, is super high up that it surprises them. And then we get just like a weird Nihei sense of humor. A guy walks into a room and hits his head on the door. Like, that always catches me off guard. I'm just like, what?
Yeah, it's pretty fun to see him put character in some characters that
it got
you
more
don't even
character
see
the more
for.
work she did.
Also shows that this character might be good. They're not like dubious like the other ones later on we see. They're serious, but they're like shown in a comedic light. Oh yeah.
So she's in there. Obviously, Sakijima, the detective, smells something fishy. His buddy's like, we don't know what this observation agent is up to, but if a covert government bureau is involved, we're steering clear. And then they basically just get a fax from the director that tells them to release Tadahome immediately. Sakajima's like, fuck that. He barges in. He's trying to get some answers. Shows her the picture of Kudo. And basically...
doesn't answer to anything.
Yeah. Oh, he not convicts. He says Kudo is suspected of murdering like over 100 civilians and some officers from the ministry. And... oh, this is another reference of time. So after Ito yelled at Yu to leave, he suddenly disappeared, but he was found only minutes later, more than 50 kilometers away in a severely compromised state. You two must have had one hell of a conversation. And then it just ends. And we go to where the bureau, almost like their hideout, not maybe hideout. It's huge. It's probably hideout's not a good word for it. It's like a giant castle.
Yeah,
anyway, where the bureau's at.
Pennsylvania or something like that.
They see some pictures. Yeah, here's another reference. We can confirm that the 5th and 6th cervical vertebrae are gone. Looking at the picture of the white Ghana that was just murdered. And, they see the picture of Kudo and like, oh, Black Ghana lives. And the director guy is, dude, what a badass picture of this man. So just
ugly as
dark.
Oh boy.
Yeah. He's like Kudo.
Literally.
This man is Denji Kudo. We see a couple of cute girls who look like they're only there to be his like servant cuties. Who knows?
His harem.
His harem. Anyway, this is where we get the aquaculture thing from the beginning. It said, but the Ministry of Martial Justice has identified Denji Ito, an employee at an aquaculture. That's when he said it was a false name. I see, he says. And then, so obviously this dude knows who Kudo is. He's like, so Kudo is still alive, eh? Oh, Tadahome, did you really think you could outwit me? So obviously Tadahome did something bad by going to reach out to this Black Ghana. And boom, dude, Nayuta. See this, her cool.
Upside down.
Yeah. Oh, guys, also, I just noticed this read through, but on her foot, it says 0078, which they refer to her as throughout the story. And they don't always call her Nayuta. Sometimes they call her number 78. Thought that was cool.
Probably that many times he tried to make one.
Probably.
And yeah, they pull her out of the ground. It's almost like she's encased in this placenta looking stuff.
Just to keep her under control so she can transform.
It's frozen. It's like frozen meat.
It does look like frozen meat. And yeah, she's just We got a beautiful naked picture of Nayuta. This is so sick.
Oh.
God. The way the
Well,
women are drawn in the
badass.
story is so good. Oh, and then her just beautiful face. Just no fucks
Nice.
given. She's ready to kill somebody.
Potato nose. Hell, you
And then
killed me already.
the spindles shoot out of like the holes around where her spine are. And yeah.
That's just tense.
All right. One of you guys lead for a while. Everything just happens so quickly. It's tough not to. You can't really like skip, even though there's no words. It's hard to like skip stuff
Yeah,
in the story. It's
because like all the spaces are used like really efficiently.
yeah, it's a
There's
very
nothing that's not
visual.
necessary. Yeah.
It's very heavy on the visual storytelling.
All his works are literally.
Can we just go back to the scene where she's naked and we see her face?
Absolutely.
We can see the administrator. I don't know his name, but the chief of Tadoromi, or I don't know her name. The chick.
They never say his
excavation.
name. I would have written it
Yeah,
down. I
yeah.
wrote down everyone's
But-
name this morning, and I didn't see him called anything.
On his back, you can see some sort of mask with a sigil on its forehead, and it kind of looks like a safeguard sign. And,
I knew you were going to say that.
No, I just want to say that in the early stages of the fandom, a lot of people were saying that this meant that this was early safeguard and stuff. But yeah,
It
it
could be
probably
in
means
other
nothing.
order, obviously. I mean, obviously, it's probably he took that from that, but it could be something
it's
else.
probably just
Like, why try to
Probably not.
to come up with new ideas when you can just use the same cool ideas? It works. So
I mean,
why not try it?
did multiple
There you go.
times. Toev Industries came back in almost every work.
Also, the cross sign that we say not cross sign, like cross-like sign, it kind of like emphasizes that hey, these people are like an organization. They're in control. Like the Pope, like the Vatican.
They're like
I'm just
the
kidding.
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
They hold the strings to everything, basically.
They just know the secrets of the Ghana.
Yeah,
When we get to like the fourth Eon
literally.
Guild and they're talking, it seems like only a select people know what's really going on. They must have been put into power like a very, very long time ago. We don't get too much. We get a little bit of history lesson later on, but not very much. Anyway, Mars, take it away. Someone.
So next scene you
raining.
can see the new detective come over on the scene to examine Denji's body, which is fused to the fucking floor.
Mhm.
Which is to say, I don't know if it's fused because of the placenta or if it's like he got so fast that it fused. It melted the floor and it just sat there and fused with it.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
And anyway, just in the next scene is dead. So it's nice, You just see his face, his full detailed face, and then he's dead. So
yeah, you just
it's
see
not,
his head just like pop. Dude, there's so many times in the story where someone like one scene someone's walking and the next scene their head's just like 2 feet away from them.
And you can see a lot of you can see the fucking rain is stopping because the gonas go so fast. And
Oh yeah, I didn't notice that before.
Soldiers are still standing still, and but their head are just detached.
The motion is just spectacular. How that motion is portrayed here. Later on, we'll have a Terminator fight between two biobots. I'm just kidding. They're gonna have a cat fight. We see who's killing the man, the detective, and you can see like Denji's wearing the mask, and the next panel there were like marks on the floor. Basically, someone is coming. It's so speed. Like again, the
guys,
cartoons
real
just
quick.
flip.
This is Nayuta. This is that naked blonde girl we just saw.
Yeah.
For the
So Naruto
readers
just
out
comes
there.
in.
I mean, well,
Oh yeah.
for
Also,
the
just another thing, like going forward, guys. Just like tips to help you follow along when you do read. Pay attention to the Gana's facial features. There's like something distinguishing them from each other. Whether it be like on here, Nayuta has that mark right here on her face. You see that?
Yeah.
That indentation. And then also where her like
half the
tentacle
teeth are
spindle
exposed
things
and half
come out
not.
on her head. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the first time I read these, I didn't know. It was hard for me to distinguish who from who. You got to pay attention to little details like this so you know which Ghana is which person when they're transformed. All right, go on, my bad.
Later on, we'll see the next page, even from that page, when Denji's trying to come off the floor, the force that in which he's like getting up, it severs his limbs, I think, and then he just reattaches them again and just gets up for the punch.
Dude, that's so beautiful. It honestly, it looks like when Eon Green's leg forms back together in Biomega.
Mm-hmm.
Like the spiral effect of like the skin, forming together.
Oh yeah,
dude, that's so badass. Oh, love it.
And yeah, then we're gonna have she's gonna put him to sleep for a while. Getting
she
into
like
his
shoots
head now.
3 things through his head, almost like these spike things.
Spikes.
Yeah, Denji gets fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's really.
And his spine gets taken up. Yeah.
This battle did not last long.
Fatality moment, like a Mortal Kombat moment here, right here.
Oh my god, yeah. Dude, the first time I read this, I was just like, Jesus Christ, like this is insane. It is so just intense and quick. Just punch out, spine rip. Beautiful. She takes the body with her too.
Oh yes.
And then this is Saikama. The recovery site has been intact. The whole team has been wiped out. Then Ayuta, that's his second twin sister that's in the wheelchair. That's basically controlling her because she's kind of mentally.
Okay, just going back a little bit. Sorry to interrupt you. Okay. Just going back a little bit, you can see like in that panel. I'm not gonna dwell on it for long, but when when Naruto takes off the spinal cord, you can see like the smoke is emanating from like a vapor coming out of the spine and also from her mouth, like she's breathing human. The energy there in that picture, and there is nothing in the background. It's just just the foreground we see, and it's so energetic as well.
Yeah. Right.
And
cool.
Just
yeah, I didn't notice that. What are you saying? What are you saying panel, it is? Like smoke? Vapor?
Yeah, when she's like breathing, the vapor coming out.
What about the one coming off of his spine?
Yeah, it's like regenerating slowly, I think, as well. But also the temperature,
Mm-hmm.
And when and then cut to the next page, we see just the like mundane, like an office room, no motion at all. I really like this kind of like visual jokes that he throws in with all the transitions.
Dude, Kevin says if Hits was DBZ, those 2 panels would take 13 episodes. Oh, yeah, no. Kevin, seriously. If DBZ was like this, that'd be sick. There's too much talking in DBZ.
Okay, next chapter.
Oh yeah, Ayuta.
Right. Yeah.
Basically, the cutie pie.
Basically, Chopper's coming in to collect her twin. That doesn't go as planned. Basically, she asked the twin where she is. She doesn't want to come home because she has basically. She isn't tired yet. Then she needs to come back from that. Then starts laughing as a maniac. It's no use. It can be done.
Well, this is a little interesting. He tells Ayuta to tell Nayuta to unbind the placenta. So maybe he's trying to just kill Denji. Maybe that's a way to do it. Or maybe it's a way to like incapacitate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They tried
Unbind
to
the
The
do
girl
placenta.
is not
I think.
complying. She's just laughing
Well,
and
they
speaking.
tried to
Yes, say it.
decapitate her, so she's basically decapitated, falls onto the roof, almost
I just
dropping.
like
Then she's head.
I just like I
That's my
just like
grade.
that they have an option for a button for decapitating one of the subjects. Just a button.
I mean,
An
yeah,
Naita
it's
button.
only,
It even says that.
Yeah. Notice first too,
it's
they
only if you get rid
deactivate
of them.
they deactivate the sync between Ayuta and Nayuta before they, press the decapitation
This
button.
becomes important later.
Yeah. I don't know how they're really synced, if it's like mentally or some kind of psychic shit. I mean, obviously there's a cord in her
Yeah.
head. Could be like
It's a bit like
waves. I have no
in
idea.
It's just Wi-Fi,
It's almost like
psychic
Wi-Fi,
Wi-Fi.
yeah.
yeah
But like, what's
in
the point,
Claymore.
dude?
In
Also, if
Claymore,
this has to be 2
there's a
episodes, I
similar
just realized
character.
if this has to be 2 episodes, it'll be 2 episodes. Like,
It would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
two
it might as well
episodes,
be.
Don't
two
worry.
volumes.
Yeah, but we're already 45 minutes in, and we are like
Yeah,
not
but
even a
that's why.
quarter way through.
That's because we go on tangents about movies and other manga and other shit. So that's why it gets to that point.
Yeah, I don't want to rush through it.
Right. Yeah.
You don't have to
Hey, we'll see-
rush
we'll-
to it.
we'll
But
see
you don't
where
have
we
to
get.
go on tangents about other shit.
We'll
No,
see
it's
where we
fine
get.
though. To be honest, like it's interesting because it's a podcast. We're not just reading. It's not a read through. So
Yeah,
we're
but we are
definitely we're
doing
gonna
it.
talk about other stuff. Yeah, we're gonna be stuck. We're gonna be stuck in the details. So it's no worries. Yeah, we can come
Yeah, well,
another
let's
time.
not sweat it.
Yeah.
Plus, this is the only time
Yeah.
we'll probably go talk about Abara, and there's a shitload to talk about, especially with people that are. I feel like most people that watch these, they really just kind of want some clarity on what's the events that take place,
Not all episodes are that, but hey,
because they haven't read it all, like however many times we all have, and thought about it as much.
probably, most likely.
So
Anyway.
I just want to add a detail about how there's a really similar character to Ayuta and Nayuta in Claymore in one of the first arcs. There's a.
Oh, you mean all the
there's
characters that
this-
look the same?
No, I mean similar functionality. Like there's twin sisters that are both corrupted, but they can, if one is in a battle form, she can still keep control, and they are synced together. This is
I think
kind
it's
of
just
the
a
same.
really neat like a trope, fantasy trope, the twins who can always know what each other is talking about. Even in general normies, Harry Potter. In Harry Potter, they're the twins, the Weasley twins. They can just know what, and they can finish each other's sentences. That's the trope basically here. That they can.
But this is just a trope. I mean, they're not like they don't have psychic powers linking them together and shit.
I don't know. I think it's more like the extended Wi-Fi. Either you or Millennium was talking about, because they unplug something. Either way, it doesn't work very well because it's not like she controlled Nayuta anyway. Ayuta was basically like Nayuta basically says no. Maybe it used to work, and like now it's fucking up, and they can't really control Nayuta. Or maybe it's just a way to know what Nayuta's thinking. That could be too.
Yeah.
Like a way of communication with her. But they do not control her. They press the button and her head goes off.
Already said.
Yeah, and then she falls down the building, and this is cool. We see a panel with Denji's spine and head, and then his originally dead body, and then Nayuta's head, and then her body, and they're just like a big bloody mess on the floor. It's beautiful.
On the roof.
Yeah, Nihei had fun drawing that one.
I think the unbind the placenta bit means that it's Denji who is not deactivating his Gaona. So not necessarily, or rather that Nayuta wasn't deactivating her own armor, So it would mean just come home.
Yeah, if a helicopter is going there, she doesn't need to like have that superpower and just fly around. So they just need to like telling her, "Hey, come back." It's enough. But then, yeah,
Oh, we have a cool scene about to happen. Kevin was like, "My thoughts about the books are often not very deep once I lose the plot, which is often." I know what you mean. The first time I read this, I kind of gave up on the plot, and I was just like, "Screw it! I'm just gonna enjoy the action and the artwork
that's why
because it's all
that's
beautiful."
that's why
To be
Nihei
honest,
made Sidonia that easy to get people to understand it and not just be confused all the time with the art or the dialogue.
To be
Anyway.
honest, the last time I read it, I thought that the White Gunner were like aliens invading Earth or something.
Did you
Oh,
say
really?
Aryans, like the Nazis?
No, I mean aliens.
Vikings,
Oh,
No,
Aryans, the racist,
the
the
racist
racists
people.
are coming. White corner, white people. Makes sense. I'm just kidding, man. That's funny.
Anyway, we have a confrontation between
Why
the Observation Bureau and the Ministry. Yeah, so the Bureau shows up. They want to clean up the mess because it's Ghana related, and the Ministry is not aware of like Ghana's existence. So they're like, "We've already contacted your superiors. We're taking over this investigation from you incompetents in the Ministry." Sakajima's like, "Yeah." Sakajima's like, "What?" But he tells him to cool it. They see him taking the body of their detective that went there. They got his head chopped off into the helicopter, probably to like, check it out. Who knows?
Mhm.
They're just cleaning up the evidence of these Ghana incidents, most likely. And this is so awesome. We see Sakajima be such a badass. The Bureau guy puts his hand on his shoulder, tells him to back off. And then in just one foul swoop, Sakajima just rips his fucking arm off like judo chop, man. Hits the floor, throws him down, and puts a gun. He's like points his gun at him, and then they kind of have this standoff.
There's really only two logical options. Either the bureau observation guys are made of literal butter, or everyone is fucking augmented to shreds.
I think the people are augmented. We see some very non-human capable things throughout the story from the regular characters. Yeah.
But at the same time, we see that the bureau guys are pretty,
they do look
really
they look different.
It was like Silicon Light.
What are you talking about?
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Amputation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could just be weak, or the guys could be augmented. They do look different. Like they've had some stuff done to them.
Silicon
They
Light.
almost look like zombie-like.
So does Mars. I'm just kidding.
Mars looks zombie-like. I've never seen Mars.
I'm just kidding.
I keep telling him one of these days I'm gonna have to fly over to Amsterdam and we'll have to go do it up.
Well, I've seen Mars in one of his pictures. I think he was he took a picture with Anime Man, and then also he sent us a picture of him in the Discord server. I've seen him a couple of times in two pictures. Yeah, that's all. But he doesn't look like a zombie. I was just making a joke. Just kidding.
Speaking of pictures, Millennium, what is your avatar?
Oh, my avatar is from Rurouni Kenshin.
Rurouni Kenshin? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I keep trying to convince Mars to watch the OVAs. Trust and Betrayal.
He hasn't watched the OVA. Oh,
dude, he's so fucking crazy. I keep telling him it's like the greatest OVA ever made.
Yeah.
Everyone out there, if you have not watched Rurouni Kenshin, the prequel OVAs, Trust and Betrayal, it's like the greatest OVA ever. I'm not even.
It's like a mixture of Jidaigeki and also like the 90s melodramatic Japanese films.
It is nothing like the TV show. Like it is brutal.
It's nothing like it.
Kenshin is a blood cut like murderer. He is not like it is not the Kenshin you know from the TV
we'll
show.
Watch it someday.
Watch it tonight.
I binged some like the Rurouni Kenshin. I skipped all the fillers first time I binged it.
Yeah, so much great stuff.
And then I know, but what I'm saying is like I think when the final arc of the manga ends I think in around 65 episode or something, where we really see like Rurouni Kenshin is going into this, we can see some like hints of his dark past. We always heard
Yeah,
like he's a
obviously not.
Bakumatsu, like but in the OVA we
TV
actually
show
see it.
Yeah, it like mentions his past. Like
I'm just
there's a couple
doing this.
chapters
Why would
on
I
it.
have time for that?
Mars, just
Calm
relax,
down.
dude.
It's
Yeah,
already
we're just
done.
telling you to watch it. You're missing out. I think the best way to enjoy Kenshin though is reading the manga. Personally, I could not watch
I'm
every
keeping
episode.
silent because I don't even know what you're talking about.
Rurouni
Rurouni
Kenshin.
Kenshin is Samurai X. It's a really
I've
popular
never heard
anime.
of it.
The Samurai
Really?
X version, Kevin. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Kevin knows. See, Mars, even Kevin's ahead of the game with this.
Anyway, let's not agitate Mars anymore.
Oh my God!
Or else
You're too easy, Mars.
Relax.
If we agitate Mars anymore, he'll turn into a white Gona. Let's go back.
All right, yeah. There's a train. So Todohomi
they're going on
enters
a
a
tangent.
Yeah, so after the standoff between the Bureau and Ministry, Todohomi gets on a train, and she's leaving the city, and we see this giant long track extend out of the
many
city.
other things.
What are you talking
Yo,
about,
Mars, we've moved on. Okay,
I'm not.
I was just talking for like 30 seconds. We've moved on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Murder you all.
Oh my God.
Mars,
Anyway,
need some sleep.
she's on this train ride, and guys, so when you see this double page spread of the long track with the train on it, the first time I read that, I'm like, what caused this terrain? And later on, when the Mausoleum breaks apart, we see it expand into things like this. Other people don't know, and they might not have caught it.
Anything.
But basically, this is the terrain is an aftermath from the Mausoleums breaking apart in the past. So that's kind of like why the terrain looks like this, and we'll see that later in the story. She gets dropped off. Yeah, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, like, everything in this manga, even though it seems random at first, I think Sutomo Nihei drew it, he sketched it, he then, he penned it and everything. And everything is really meticulously has a reason behind it. It's not just random ideas, every character has a motivation to do something, even though we don't know at first hand, but theorizing and looking back at the details will, like, prove that. Anyway. Let's move on.
That's true. Which it takes through, guys, minimum of like 3 rereads for Abara, I would say. Minimum. You need to read Abara minimum of 3 times to like catch everything. I even still notice things I didn't read or I didn't catch before in my read throughs. Yeah, what's up?
I just noticed today. Today for the first time I noticed the time thingy with the soldier. I never saw it.
Yeah, the big one. So Todohomi goes to the castle.
Just as she gets off the train and towards the castle, you can see the silhouette of the castle in the distance is yet another reference.
You can find many things.
Yeah, but I mean, it's yet another reference of Islands of the Dead. Yeah.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Noticed it again.
Okay, it's a famous painting, where you can see the silhouette is basically a reflection of the silhouette of the painting as well, and it's also referencing the first
famous painting.
Yeah, and also it's referencing the first chapter of Biomega as well. The castles.
Yeah, probably.
It's also in
Yo, Adver, post a comment about that painting name and stuff.
Most.
Yo, bye, G. We're like huge Nihei nerds here. You're at the right place. But yeah, Adver, I want to reference that later. So please put that in the comments. I want to look that picture up. Anyway, Todohomi gets to...
What else are they there?
What's up?
I don't know. Someone is talking randomly. Anyway, let's move on.
Yeah, Todohomi enters the castle, walks down this decrepit staircase. It's all creepy looking. And guys, pay attention to like the surroundings during this conversation. because we see some cool things on it later. And she's talking to the director, telling her she did something foolish. I know it's been a while, but did that manifestation, talking about the White Ghana original one that started the story, cause you to lose your composure entirely? She's got a pissed off look on her face. We learn, the director says that left alone, most white Ghanas will die during the larval stage. There's a lot of terms that come up only like once for us to like speculate on. This is kind of an example. The idea was to wait and see what happens this time as well. So it looks like they were just going to like let the white Ghana kill people and see if it died out. She's like, how many people would die in the meantime? Homeboy director says they're necessary sacrifices. And then he says something interesting, which kind of confuses me. It doesn't change the fact that black Ghanas consume people too. But I don't ever see... There's only really two black Ghanas we see in the story, and that's Denji Kudo and Nayuta, and I never see them like
I think I know
people.
what he means. My interpretation is that he thinks of the subject as a host for the black Ghana, and when the black Ghana manifests, it is taking over the human, the subject.
Oh, so like when we get that flashback of Kudo, where he was used to be like a regular person. Okay, Millennium. That makes sense. That's good.
But you also see when Kudo defeats a white Ghana, he eats the person which is still trapped inside, even though it's mutated.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's a more obvious one. Yeah, just kill. He devours it.
I feel like he's just doing that to really get rid of the. Damn, I keep forgetting what they're called. The vertebrae. What are the individual vertebrae called again?
It's C5 and C6, I think.
And they're just called vertebrae.
But I also think it might
have a name.
Maybe he gets some kind of sustenance out of it too.
It might also be like an instinctual attack.
It's a cervical vertebrae, the lowest ones.
Just his instinct.
I could dig the instinct thing because there's like this innate white versus black Ghana. And if you guys have any cool things on the symbolism between what that could mean, I'd love to hear. I'm not good at that shit. Yeah. Now let's not bring up racist stuff. Okay, black and white.
We're into the gray here. Okay, let's move on.
Anyway, then he's like, releasing them into the field should always be the last resort. He's talking about the black Ghana, which Nayuta is. To say nothing of leaving a fugitive Ghana like Denji Kudo at large, which is unthinkable. And then we see, the cool next panel, there's this big ass monster looking thing in the background. And the director's like, you have exposed the observation bureau to danger. It's likely we've lost support of the Fourth Eon Guild, which we don't know what the Fourth Eon Guild is yet. We'll get to it. Speculation on what this creature is, because I see it referenced here and like, that's it. Unless it's like a white Ghana specimen, which we do know they have. Here's what it looks like.
Yeah, I don't know. They also have some sort of flesh towers to sustain black Ghanas in some sort of stasis. It's
this is a surrounding another black Ghana potentially.
It could also be just a random biotech.
Here is my take on it. We later on we will see
probably
a normal civilian
trying to experiment on.
Okay, Mars, could you please wait for a second before I finish? Okay, so all right. So you see that this civilian in that quarter where he's just lying in that place and gets he's going through a mutation.
No, those are like faults, like smaller faults that would just.
Okay, and what I'm saying is that my theory is normal people can turn into these white Ghana by mutation, and they collect their specimens.
All right.
And why you look at all the environments, like where they are, it can naturally occur there, and that's the problem they are trying to avoid. Later on, I'll go through a theory when we finish the whole Abara thing, where we really go into it. But basically, in a summary, white Ghanas take over the world, and they're just trying to escape from them with the mausoleums. So,
dude, Kevin is funny. Everything Kevin says is hilarious.
What does it say?
The white versus black, spy versus spy reboot confirmed.
I don't know.
You have to get the reference. That's interesting. I think they could all be different. All of these possibilities could be a thing, but we see this like once, and then. Plus, I've always, guys, look at where its head looks like. I almost see like the outline. It's like a black silhouette of a person and its head. Do you see that?
Yeah, even possibly multiple persons. But
oh shit! Yeah, who knows?
It's possibly the. No, it's. I don't know. It could be Denji and Nayuta being kept in the.
Or just
no,
they're still
just
outside.
want you to think about.
Yeah, could just be another Nihei. Get fucked. People that read my stuff.
Yeah.
You'll never know.
Yeah. But it also looks like
no, Nayuta is in a wheelchair and the other one is fine.
It we don't really know why Ayuta's in a wheelchair at all.
Hey, don't be rude. Don't stare.
Okay, so the next scene, they're back at the aquaculture place. They're about to eat. They make some funny remarks about the food, and the news comes on, and this is what the general public is hearing. The Ministry of Martial Justice has identified the man apparently responsible for yesterday's mass killing. The suspect worker, Denji Ito, which is his false name, is said to have slaughtered 128 civilians and 37 ministry officers. Just before being arrested at the scene of the crime, Ito committed suicide. And his previous boss at the culture place, spits out everything he was drinking. And it's funny, the newscast is just like, and now the General Defense Wave forecast. Over to you, Nara. And they're just like, what the fuck? And then we come across an interesting conversation between Sakajima.
One time.
What's up?
Like lollies in his hand is really fat and just doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, the lollipop thing. So this seems
I never saw it before.
He's got like 3 of them.
He's like a pig, a bureaucratic pig. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. So this kind of seems like Sakajima's chief at whatever.
Yeah.
This seems like a police type environment.
It doesn't matter. He doesn't come up anymore.
Yeah. The dude's like, it seems they're willing to quietly settle the matter of you attacking their man. In all my years as an investigator, this is the first time the Observation Bureau has interfered in a. And then the chief cuts him off. He's like, who cares? The case is closed. They even let us take credit for it. Sakajima he's like not accepting that. And the chief's like, so what? Even if they are trying to cover something up, you really think you've got the authority to expose it? So it's, same typical politics and like police type, organizations, shit being covered up. The detective not accepting it and continuing his detective work. We see this all the time. It's a very American cop movie thing.
Yeah.
And then we have our hot vegetable looking at the moon.
Yes, we got Ayuta looking at the moon.
Let's not keep talking.
Hotter, her twin sister getting her head back on.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll try to refrain from that vegetable use. Anyway, the next panel.
I'm sorry for bringing that up.
Yeah, it's fine. So we see Nayuta getting her head reattached because it got cut off with that mechanism from the button they pressed. And it looks really cool. I mean, we do get to see her titties, which is interesting.
Oh, yeah.
And
I want to say it's a bold move in a Japanese environment to even shade out the nipples.
But yeah, that's
I don't want to be the pervert of the cast, but it needs to be pointed out,
But yeah,
what?
But
her nipples? I did
point.
Point at the nipples out. Dude, I'm always going to point a nipple out. Dude,
but
in my
pointed.
One of my notes in my Gundam video about the origin was that we get to see one of the zombie girl's tits, and I was disappointed because it wasn't one of the better female characters' tits. And I did not say many things, but that was one of them. If there's tits somewhere, I'm bringing it up.
Yeah, but the original, nipples. Abara volumes have literally a whole Ghana with vagina and tits and all. If you look at the whole thing, if you have those volumes and scans.
Well,
Anywhere,
dude, we see
basically.
full nudity in Knights of Sidonia multiple times, and those are like teenagers. So I think that's even more.
Better.
Nihei doesn't care. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Nah, no, obviously. Why would he care?
at the point of Sidonia, we know that the editors want to push for it. So
Okay, enough about that. Yes, I guess we are all perverts here on Inseinen Studios, hence the name Inseinen. Sado, homie, where is Kudo? And the director stares blankly. And then we see this panel of this giant spike. So, guys, Kudo is buried under the ground here. And that giant spike is like almost like pinning him down. And there looks like there's a bunch of other stuff
like
connected to
him, basically.
Yeah, I don't know the exact science, but he is secured underground right now. And now we're at chapter 4, Manifestation Chain. God, dude, I fucking love Abara. Every time I read it, I think it's better.
Can I add a detail? The spike which holds Denji down looks like the in Evangelion, the spears of Longinus and such. It's a bit bullshit, but they use similar devices against rogue
Oh
stuff.
yeah, I know what you mean.
And the if you
also a similar kind of entity, that the Lilith, I think the Lilith's body is similar. Like we see the huge massive body before we saw in the manga.
The room itself looks like a nuclear reactor. I think it may not be, but it could be an interesting parallel as we later learn that the mausoleum are most likely a nuclear reactor.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And then, okay, so we're in chapter 4. It's got a beautiful chapter cover.
Then we get.
Oh my god, this scene is so funny. So we basically see, it's this apartment complex. Okay, Mars, take it away.
Granny, she's making some food, and then the neighbor is just going ham on some heavy metal. Presumably, then she calls to him like Mr.
Yeah, so the noises are like coming through the wall, which you kind of gotta look for them. You don't really know what's going on.
Then she opens the door because she's open, and then she sees this like half dilapidated body just staring back. It's like, oh, excuse me, and just his head goes.
Oh my god, I love this dude's face right here.
And he just impales her, and then the whole building is taken over, and then the fun starts.
Yeah, so this dude, we got another corporal manifestation. Oh, the poor granny. She like tries to walk away and then just split right through her head, dude.
I feel bad for her. It's such a comedic scene where he's like, okay, sorry to intrude. I'm gonna back off.
Yeah.
I
wasn't here.
I just want to add that in this scene, we can see just as the granny is introduced, you can see a 13 hours clock. And it could be one of those 666 stuff that Nihei likes to put in, but
wait, what are you talking about?
There's a 13 hours clock, in the granny apartment.
Oh, in the granny apartment. Okay, I was looking at the dude's apartment.
And this was one of the major point for the argument that they are actually on Mars and not on the Earth.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Mars,
I've always thought this could definitely not be on Earth.
Maybe
if we keep the hour system, Mars is more probable to use a 13-hour system with a half-a-day routine. But it could just be random yet again.
Dude, that's interesting. I've never noticed the 13 on the clock. Anyway, after the scene, we get the first fourth Eon Guild member showing up. It's like this skeleton crow. Yeah,
like a
gang.
skeleton that basically has just a
This is
computer
so.
for a brain.
Yeah, this is so trippy. So these are the members of the Fourth Eon Guild. We have a skeleton
Yeah,
head, a skeleton bird, and a fucking memory device looking thing
robot.
with like little robot legs. Yeah, and they're talking. I don't really know what else to
It's
say except
Nihei.
go
It's
along with
basically
it.
just
Like,
as
yeah,
that. It is
I have
Nihei.
no idea what to say. You could argue that they're like machines.
For me,
For the
they look
werewolves,
like that
human, who
rope.
just their consciousness is transferred to these creatures, and
Yeah, to me, they're like sages who are just sleeping and like slumbering. When the right
sleeping.
time comes, they'll awaken again. They're like that kind of tropey character. Now the right time is here, so they're gonna do what they're supposed to do.
But what is interesting is that
Yeah.
the chief of the observation bureau was saying pretty much exactly the opposite of what they are saying, because he thinks that they need to control black gunners better before they use them, and they say that they are doing absolute batshit because it's useless. They're not prepared.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they may not pull through this time. Oh, say this is interesting too, guys. So, one of them, the head skeleton, or no, the bird's like, it's possible that a chain has begun, and this chain is referenced more throughout the story. So
Yeah.
it looks like
It's
it's a
it's more
chain.
like a chain of events, but it's not
Yeah.
said in the full name the most often.
Also, metaphorically,
Yeah.
I think the inspiration for these three characters, if we can even call them characters, is from a cane stick.
Oh, they're
Like
characters.
this. Yeah, they're like cane, where like old people carry the sticks, where they have the crow skull and stake. I think it came from inspiration came from that, and it's like the humanity's clutches for this end of time. Like there's a skull man. There's a crow, and then there's the stick, the memory stick, kind of looking like a virus, I think.
You
So
already knew.
yeah, that's where inspiration came from. I guess I can only guess.
Kevin said he thinks Nihei just wanted to draw that shit that day and stuck it in there, which could also be the
Yeah, he
case.
did it with blame.
There's so
He
many
did
things
it
in
with
Blam where I'm just
Abara,
like,
he did
dude, Nihei just like threw this in there because he was like, fuck it. Boom. This doesn't make
Yeah, he
any
did it
sense,
at the
but
beginning
man.
of blame.
I mean, if we look at the skeleton head, there seems some like mechanical things coming out of it. And the
Yeah.
memory device looking thing is like a robot. So who knows? They could be.
Yeah, okay. Let's move on. Or since we're stuck in this. Right?
Yeah.
So we can see the white gunner is walking through the city, and you can see a weird pouches on his belly.
Balls.
They're like
which
pods.
yeah, pods.
Just suck up people, just to feed on them.
Yeah, but you don't know yet that they just suck up
Well,
people,
one
but
page
they
later,
just move so fast. They probably move as fast as the other gunner.
Well, he does
So
because the bottom panel on the page is like
He's
all the
gone.
buildings exploding, which happens when they move because they're so fast. And then, yeah, we see all the people walking up the stairs and in the surrounding area. Next second, the pods are like coming over them, sucking them up. And then the next panel, they're just all gone. Yeah.
And then we have some
This thing is
few
eating people.
soldiers looking out for them through the structures. Then there are some intersections, seeing it, try to shoot it down. Having it on site, try to get a visual on it, try the flexible placenta type, yes it is, and then they lose sight and they're dead, probably because of tentacles. And then we have a giant plane-like thing.
Oh, this is so cool. Yeah, the giant plane in the air
and
drops
then we
off.
get these beautiful panning with, yeah, and then we get these beautiful panel with like the city below and just her dropping to change. Yeah.
Yeah. They drop Nayuta. 0078 is away. And she transforms on her way down. Dude, this is so cool. We see her like move mid-air by like either maybe she kicks and like breaks the sound wave and like goes in a different direction. Kind of like how I don't know how many My Hero Academia fans are here, but
Bleh.
I remember what's his name, the main character,
Who cares?
the kid. Anyway, he learns to use his powers like midair, where he like kicks and boom, just the force of that like shoots him in a different direction. It reminded me of this. She goes
sorry.
down.
I know I always like go away, but I think I have to leave now. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
It was really
Millennium.
interesting talking
Doesn't
to you.
matter.
I would like to tell you guys to, like, if you go to the end of the manga tonight, you can just go into Wikipedia and read where the synopsis is there. I think someone edited it before.
Wait, we'll get to that. We're not finishing this today. There's no way. We'll probably get to the end of the first volume at like the 2-hour mark, and then I'm not doing a 4-hour podcast.
Yep, I have to go now. So,
Fuck you.
okay, guys, see you later.
All right, bye, Millennium. See you next week.
Bye.
Yeah, I just
man.
want to answer
Thank
Kevin.
God,
Says,
right?
Fucking finally,
Yeah.
that guy is
No.
gone. Jesus.
Mars,
Oh, the
you've been nearly drunk this whole time. I half of the
How
time
am I
I don't get
drunk?
what you're saying.
Just a Frenchman.
I told you
So,
guys
yeah,
to
to
crack
answer-
a beer for Abara.
To answer Kevin, no, this is definitely physically drawn, and I mean Mars has seen the originals, and
I mean, I
but
have the master edition in Japanese, I have the
yeah.
original manga, and I have the English one. I have like everything 3 times almost of Nihei.
No, I mean you've been to Angoulême, and there were some of the original.
Yeah. I've seen the original pictures, but they didn't have Abra though. They only had Apostomus, Blame, and Cause. That's it, unfortunately.
But to answer his question on how you just draw 2 times the same picture, you just don't draw it. You just copy paste it, but it's still a physical process. It's not,
in Blame, you really saw how he did it with Cause of, or his other stories later on. He just did it all digitally, so he had no clue. It's just bigger pictures, but that's it. That's just kind of boring in my opinion.
Yeah, we're saying this is all hand drawn, right?
Mm.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, no, this is still digital, I guess. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
The deluxe edition is probably a bit altered, but not by much.
I mean, he did it obviously digitally. He was drawing it digitally, obviously, because at the end of Blame, he switched to digital because he wanted as quick as possible to get to digital and not just be stuck
at the end of Blame.
Yeah, some parts are digitally done.
I didn't even know.
I knew.
Well, then I guess I get fucked, and
yeah,
it's
you get fucked. I'm the better fan.
I don't know enough about the process, but it's still beautiful. And Nihei's the goat.
It's just the one that's as quick as possible to digital, and that's about it.
Anyway, we get a beautiful 2-page spread of Naita in her black Ghana form about to face off this white Ghana. And we get another discontinued. This action scene is sick. We just get some more panels of them. The white Ghana blasts away. She goes with him. And guys, during this fight, anytime the Ghanas fight, if you need to follow them, you got to follow like the white markings. Like you'll see here, she's like bouncing through the walls. She's moving so fast, you just see the white
creature and just
the white aftermath. So she's chasing it. It's like a chase. She gets on top of it, and she's about to grab one of the white Ghana's vertebrae, and then she notices something coming at her, and then gets hit off of the white Ghana and smacked down to a level below, and now her arm's missing. That panel there, and oh my god, yeah.
And the vegetable scene, she
more vegetable. Her name is Ayuta. Ayuta, yeah. Her sister
too in the real life.
Yeah, because they're synced. Ayuta's arm is also splits and blood splatters everywhere. It's a beautiful body horror panel. And Ayuta tells them there's one more.
There's one more.
and we
I just
look
want
up.
to add yet another detail. Apparently, according to translators, in the original, when she says one more, she refers to the Gona as if it was cattle.
Cattle?
Yeah.
Cattle?
I mean, it's
cattle,
not it's not really strange for Nihei
cows.
to use old words or old Japanese to refer to characters and such. But in this instance, Ayuta says it's like there's one more cattle. Like the Gonas in their lingo, it's they refer to them as if they were farm animals and such.
Yeah.
Also, Doom or
Oh,
anyone that's in our group on the Discord, the podcast group, the link's there. We could use a fourth person if you want to join in. Just throwing it out there. Yeah, Doom Revolver, whoever's in there, if anyone's watching.
But I mean, it's probably gonna end soon.
Yeah,
I
and then
don't
we
know
see
how much is left.
We see who the perpetrator is. It's this white Ghana.
Well, like 25 minutes.
We go on to chapter 5, Mausoleum. So, guys, this is cool. And then now we have a face-off between this random white Ghana and Nayuta. And it's just, there's no words. It's just a beautiful action scene of them chasing each other around, dodging each other, punching each other. Like, it's just epic. I don't know what else to say. I don't really feel like showing every panel. It's fucking awesome.
I wonder in this scene. I wonder what's the origin of the more humanoid white Gunner.
Oh my god! I always thought that confused the hell out of me the first time I read this.
Yeah,
because we don't know. We know later on they open up a portal somewhat early, very briefly.
Yes, to alternate dimensions, and then we get some alternate Guana in it.
Is it alternate dimension?
Yeah, it's
sure.
kind of.
Can it just be somewhere else in the universe? They're portals.
No, they're in the same place.
It's another
but then
dimension.
Everything is overgrown. You know, with the house and the pillars inside.
What Millennium says is that it's probably not another dimension, but when they go in the mausoleum, they fast forward in the future. But the Gona are probably there are probably more white Gonas that from the previous aeons or generations that were just trapped in other dimensions. But it's unstable, and they can come back if the white Gona in this dimension manage to take control of the mausoleum. That's why they wanted to protect them even more than because they were seed ships.
So I have never been convinced of anything in that Wikipedia article.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I don't see.
Wikipedia is not the best source.
That's just my opinion. I don't see enough evidence in the story to come to that conclusion myself. But it's a theory. I mean, it's not a bad one. But I don't see enough evidence in the story, to be honest.
I mean, I've been updating some wikis on like the Italian one, the Dutch one, the German one, for like everything. Like names, years, dates, whatnot. So it's been an old thing to do.
We'll get to that when this comes up. It comes up later in the story.
Sure.
So we'll get to when the trippy stuff goes on. Yeah, we'll probably talk about it more then.
So the humanoid, the white Ghana.
Yeah. Do you think it could have also maybe just been another manifestation that they didn't see? And we know there's different types, so it could have been like a humanoid.
But what I mean, it's like the egg on the chicken, you know. So it's like are the black Ghana clones of this humanoid white Ghana, or is it like in Sidonia where the Ghana copy the humans to try to communicate with them?
Oh, that's true, Kevin. Yeah, we're at it's not the TOA server. It's like a separate one. If you want to comment your Discord name, I can add you to the group if you want to jump in for the rest of it. Just saying.
You can find it on r/netsphere.
Dude, Kevin's
I'll put a
hilarious.
link
We
on
should
the-
totally have him on. Yeah, just
Well,
comment
we need
your
Revolver
Discord name.
first.
Yeah, I don't think he's here though. I already called him out. He probably would have said something.
No, he is in the group, but he doesn't know what I mean by pinning him up.
Q Ball Hall. Oh, you gotta be our friend. All right, you
Ball.
guys take over for this. You guys take over the story for a second. I'm gonna hook this boy up.
Yeah, so the White Gunner they have a standoff between Nayuta and the White Gunner. They do sick shit.
Mhm.
Nayuta is trying to stall time, I think,
Then there's
to
some
get
other
time
guy.
to regenerate.
Then they're escaping both of them. We go back to the other agent going down some stairs, and then we get this douchebag of this just giant complex which just goes down forever. Many people think that it is from Blame, but no, it's Abba. But yeah, it's obvious that people think that it is Blame because, well, it's the same artist and the same kind of composition. And he's looking for a researcher to get more on the Ghana and more info on it. Like, are you the contact? Yeah, I am. Apologize for traveling so far. Or the stairs must be tiring. Yeah, they are. There aren't any lifts in this section. That means there aren't many people either, which I prefer. Go already up there for levels. This is it. And then he goes to something. Yeah, the book of Peculiars. Peculiarities? Yeah. An ancient codex complex for the fourth Eon guilds. Curious things like the Bekana, evil spirits for some reason, just the regular same old. What about reported information? And you have this old man just smiling back. Then we're back to the battle, just going ham at each other at like enormous
That old man is so
speed,
creepy.
which is just awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys talked about
this
the book
smile,
of
yeah.
the book of peculiarities.
Yeah,
You guys talked about that, right? It's a codex from the Fourth Eon Guild.
yeah,
It's almost like a religious text ish.
yeah.
Anyway, it
it's more
seems
like
to be incredibly
research,
important.
kind of.
I wish
Not
Millennium
really
was here to.
connected.
He'd be really good about the symbolism note about the black clothes are a charm against evil spirits. Kind of how like the
But
black
he's
Ganas are like the
way
good
too
guys
bad.
in the story.
Yeah, but too bad for him.
All right, whatever. Back to the battle. But that scene is important, guys. That book is going to give us a lot of good information. We don't know any backstory on that old dude either, but he knows stuff, and he's got the book. And yeah, the battle just continuing on. Dude, this battle is so cool. God, I love reading this. No
With
words
high
at all.
speed, just ripping them to stretch, look, stretch. Allow.
And yeah, so the white Ghana punches a hole in him. He punches through, but then Nayuta has her spikes go through the neck and the vertebrae of him, gets his head off. He falls to the floor. And we see Nayuta stand victorious, but she was also we get this cool picture of Ayuta who's just pissed off, or either in pain, maybe, because the next scene we see Nayuta just collapse to the ground. So she was obviously injured pretty bad in the battle. Oh yeah, and then we kind of see Ayuta flatline.
Yeah,
and the people
she
around her
dies
start
basically,
freaking out.
and then her sister's all alone. And we see that in the next chapter, I think. And then we see them overlooking the city, trying to map out which the monster is coming from. His colleague is back. And
he's like,
what the hell is that?
He's like, I'm on my way back. You're not going to believe this shit. Sakajima's like, a Ghana? What the hell is that? And then his colleague starts talking about Book of Peculiarities. Ghanas are these mysterious, invisible creatures that appeared during the time of the Fourth Eon Guild. Like we said before, we don't think they're actually invisible. We just think a lot of times
They're
they're
at
moving too
high
fast for
speed
people.
constantly.
Yeah, they're faster than our eyes can see.
Mm.
So this is important. So supposedly they would grow by eating people, and when they were big enough, they would consume the Mausoleums. The book says they were exterminated by false Ganas, which we can probably say are the black Ganas because they're the ones fighting against them.
Mm-hmm.
The researcher I talked to said that even now, many ruins of those Mausoleums remain. And now they're just kind of like questioning all the new information they have. Oh, it looks like they've moved the people to this giant stadium.
Yeah. And then are you nuts? We have 3,000, now 30,000 evacuees in here. And then, there's no time to explain. It's just the next panel that just all devoured in one time, in one go.
Yeah, way too late.
Nope. It's like, oh, nice breeding ground. Let me get some. And then the next panel, we have a whole panel with like devouring everything. It's like, yes. It's like some IKEA vibes in here, like the Olympics, the Olympic Stadium, and next to it the underground stadium or something like that. I don't know. It's probably a lot of IKEA, obviously. I mean, but and then we have 06 damage reports.
Oh yeah, the pods just take everyone in an instant. Imagine how many pods are coming out of that giant white Ghana, and it's growing every time it consumes more people.
Yeah, and it gets to use this giant worm that just tries to devour the mausoleums itself, trying to get the white Ghana out from the other time periods, I guess.
And then, Chapter 6, damage report. We're back at the Bureau. They basically find out that, I think they're talking about when the warriors they sent tried to attack. Oh, I think Atver was having difficulties.
I don't know.
Damn, it's just me and you, buddy.
Hell yeah.
We got this. Anyway, yeah, this could be fun. So we're not sure what happened next after their boys got they got murdered by the Waigana.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then, dude, this is so cool. We see
it's like this huge spread if like the mausoleums and the monster coming towards it, trying to destroy it, like the last video they get of it, basically, which is
So do you think these clouds were already there, or it's something that starts to be formed by this massive white Ghana?
No, I think he's above the clouds at this point, I'm pretty sure, because the mausoleums were also pretty high up. But it can also be caused by the damage that the thing has caused to the whole city at this point. But I'm pretty sure he's above the clouds. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure he's above the clouds. Well, that didn't go about. We have no words of the other teams, Nayata and the retrieval team, and the MEA too.
Well, the director does say what's going on under the fog layer.
Yeah,
it could be either or. Fog, clouds, it's above them. And then his guys there's been no word from the team there. Nayata and the retrieval squad are missing in action too. Right now, the Waigana is holding position directly in front of the mausoleum, but its mass is still increasing. So, guys, this white Ghana is trying to eat enough people to get big enough to, eat this mausoleum. We'll see what actually happens.
It's some kind of barrier that keeps the white Ghana out, just to disturb it, to fuck it up.
But the director's have them speed up Ayata's recovery.
And then the lift goes up, and it just gets whacked into the face by her own colleague.
God, dude, this is beautiful. Man, this even caught me off.
In his head, just. This is a revenge, you fucker. You ripped my arm off, I rip your head off. Basically.
Yeah, guys. So this is Totohomi, who's missing an arm now. And there's notes at the end of this first chapter that says the characters on the seal
and the observer. That's basically
observation and punishment are like the symbols on her little backpack thing. So yeah, she just fucking takes that boy out. Yo, Cue Ball Hall's here.
Who's that?
Cue Ball. Hello? So yeah, she just fucking takes that boy out. Man, you sound terrible. I'm not gonna lie. So unprofessional. Last time we bring a fan on. I'm just kidding.
Can you
Let me
hear
see if I
us?
can make you louder.
I don't
All right,
think
talk-
you can hear.
Talk again.
He can't hear us.
Oh, he can't hear us?
No, he doesn't talk.
All right, testing.
Maybe try to come on again.
Oh, he can't
Like,
hear us?
Oh, I can hear you a little bit.
Not good.
Are you with
Really
people?
bad. It's still bad. You can't do anything.
Yeah.
with it.
Maybe try to reconnect again.
Just kick him out and try to get
Yeah.
him back in.
Anyway,
Or
Toto
just
homie
leave
fucks
him
his
out.
day up.
It's also an idea.
Yeah. She must have killed that other guy too, because we see she does live that experience, and that guy probably freaked out. Anyway,
Yeah.
the ministry lands on the roof of where the bureau's at. And they bust in. There's like no front door, I guess. And then we see them read the sign. They read the sign that says authorized personnel only.
Trespassers will be executed.
Yeah, observation bureau.
Yeah. And then they go to the corridors. His colleague sees this one guy, and they're like, "Who the hell are you?" "I'm with the Ministry of Martial Justice. We're just you Spock." He's just gone. And then he just leaves a
So
few
guys,
rounds
they're
to another guy.
shooting lasers out of that thing on their head, which we'll see later in the scenes. But it's not a gun. Look at where his eye is. There's like a little, laser beam type thing.
Yeah, they do me think about the bug people in Blame. They also have this one laser in his head. Oh,
Doom,
hi.
what's up, man? I've been trying to get you here forever.
What's up?
Have you been following along?
I had to go for a moment. I think you're in chapter 6. Am I right?
Yeah. Okay, well, yeah, just
Okay.
come back when you're here. Won't be too much longer.
I think what scene?
Okay, so they just the ministry just infiltrated the bureau after Totohomi shot the director in the elevator.
Oh shit, man!
The colleague.
I love that.
Oh my god, it's so beautiful. And then
I wasn't expecting that at all.
No way. I think this is my first read through today where I actually saw it coming because I just remembered it because I read it so many times. But yeah, it usually catches me off guard. It's so beautiful.
Yes, Nihei doesn't fuck around with this. If he has to kill someone, he just does it. It's not like other mangas or animes where, they don't fight for a long time. No. I have to kill this guy. I just kill it.
I like the colleague that just got killed with the laser beam from the bureau dude.
Yeah,
just
I liked
one
him.
go.
Yeah, he's just like a young innocent dude on a mystery journey,
And then
with
he just
Sakajima.
lifts him up and he's mad about it and just has this giant hole in his forehead. He's just gone.
Yeah. Luckily, this is where I think the humans are augmented because Sakajima aims his gun and does a perfect headshot from like super far away of the bureau guy. Damn, yeah. And then his buddy, I don't think we ever get his name, but he's no longer with us.
Nope, he's
Is
gone.
the same guy who hits his head with the door?
Yeah, that is that guy.
And then we get to our one-armed cutie getting to the facility itself, tries to enter, gets shot in the leg with the lasers.
Oh,
Then
yeah.
she's surrounded.
Her foot like gives out on her way and just like snaps.
Yeah.
It just goes to the floor and then we've got the ancient Tadanomi. And just whacks some few guys, and then she hits into the shoulder. Her gun gets blown up, and then he thinks, "Oh, it's hopeless." And then, blam! This his savior.
Yeah, Sakajima shows up and just tears him up. Guys, something interesting that I never knew how happened. One of the guys is like missing his like legs cut off. So either
Yeah.
Sakajima shot him a bunch in one spot, or he like was also doing some martial arts. We already saw him tear off one of that guy's arms,
Yeah.
and he just like took his leg off and then shot him. But I always found that was
We
interesting.
see this giant mark on the floor where he was walking. He probably has some modifications to his body.
Sakajima?
Yeah.
I think he's
He's
arm,
too strong.
yeah.
He's
His leg
too
off.
strong to be just human.
dude. I feel so bad for Sakajima or Tadahomi. She is having a rough day, a rough week.
Yeah.
Rough, yeah.
Do you
Really
think the laser guy, the one who shot her with this laser from his head?
Yeah,
reminds me
that's
a
where
lot
they
of
that's where they have
Lamb.
the lasers. Oh, it reminds you of what?
Yeah, they're like the
Of
bug
Lamb,
people
I
from
think.
Blame.
Yeah, from Blame Volume 1.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
also at the
Those
how
bug
is it
people
called?
that
The Seidensa.
attack citizens.
Yeah,
They're
the
like
Seidensa
searchers or
company.
something. I forget what
Yeah,
name
the
he uses
searchers.
for 'em.
Yeah, they could fly around, and then Kiri just blasts the headquarters with his GB, and it's just boom, and all the
Oh
guys.
my god. Cue ball's back. We'll try Cue ball. We're gonna try you one more time. People are making fun of your third world country internet. See if it is better. I'm sorry, man.
It's gonna work, mate. Don't think it's gonna work.
All right, Cue ball.
someone is
How do you
joining?
sound?
You tell me.
Better. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
bad.
Good, good.
And
I
we're
can hear
almost at the end. So welcome, brother.
Just in time. Just in time.
Oh man. You know what? Just make seldom clear remarks. How about that?
Yeah, it just
And get an
worked.
avatar, dude. What are you, some normie?
Yeah, what the fuck are you?
You got like a MySpace or something picture.
Jesus.
Yeah, first
all
time
the-
using futuristic program.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Anyway, Todohomi's like, I need to get in there. Will you help me? And it looks like Sakajima, he's trying to find answers. So they go into the next room over, and it's that room where Denji Kudo is like pinned underneath the floor.
Mhm.
And yeah, she operates this mechanical arm thing that pulls
Get
the
it
spear out.
And he
Of the ground?
immediately reacts and just and then
Yeah.
we get a shot of our girl that was in battle awakes. She is conscious again. Then she
Yeah,
tries
guys,
to form
so-
armor.
Guys, this is Ayuta now, the one whose legs don't work.
Mm.
And they're like, she's regained consciousness, and then they're like, what are these
Gets out
readings?
of the capsule and just whacks all the guys, all kills them, and just changes into to her armor. It's like some kind of it's almost a dress in some kind of way.
Well, so do you think this was a random occurrence and she's manifesting as a white Ghana randomly? Because it would only make sense for her to be a black Ghana.
I also thought about
maybe.
that.
Who knows? I don't know really at this point.
No, but
Why?
I thought the same way the first time I saw this. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because it wouldn't make sense for the Bureau to have white Ghanas.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it could
Maybe
be.
they tried to experiment her and just try to revive her, and then, or maybe she was a failed experiment. That's why she's in the first place in a wheelchair. Who knows?
Oh, that's true. Maybe they tried to turn her, or maybe her
And
body
then
couldn't
they
handle it.
work,
She grew up
and
with
just
some
linked
shit.
her up to her sister, and then she is gonna fight it.
Yeah. So most likely this is just a random coincidence of manifestation. It's like, how other people it's turning them into it. I mean, we have this one panel of her like eyes, something happening, and then one of the dudes is like, what are these readings? So they're surprised about what's happening.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, and then they all just get murdered. This is a beautiful, it reminds me of damn, what's it called? Cue ball, you can unmute yourself. It's fine, dog. It is what it is.
I mean, what's the point?
Have you guys seen Elfin? Yeah. Have you guys seen Elfin Lied?
Yes, I love it.
Definitely
I love it.
Yeah, the opening scene of Elfin Lied when she's just like tearing
Elfin
people in
Lied.
half. Elfin Lied, okay. tearing people in
Yeah.
half. That's what this reminds me of.
How is it pronounced? Elfen Lied?
Elven Lied.
Elfen Lied. Okay. I always say Elfen Lied as well.
And
That
yeah,
anime was so cool, man. It's gory as fuck.
Yeah,
gory.
with her mental
Yeah.
powers, just ripping everything to shreds.
It even disturbed me, and that is not easy to do. So, Elfen Lied.
Hoo-yah.
Elven Lied.
Anyway, Ayuta is a white Ghana. Just everyone's head goes flying. She murders them all. And then we get to the
And
scene
then
where
our main guy too into his armor.
Kudo
black armor.
comes out. Yeah, comes out of the ground, all armored up, ready to fight. Sakajima's like, you. And we just see Tadahomi like kind of in pain. She's having a bad day.
And
then that is the
one,
end. And yes.
Maybe
Part one
some in
done.
the notes, maybe. I mean, the
Sure,
notes.
yeah.
Maybe on Earth, maybe in the future.
So, guys, the translation notes talking about where Kudo works originally. The sign reads Abarano Cultivation. On page 19, the characters on Kudo's hood are archaic. Numbers for 39. The lettering on his apron says Abarano. I don't know, Mars. Do you know any significance behind this 39?
Maybe I knew, but I forgot. I think it was mentioned before on the server, but I forgot what it was.
I have no idea, to be honest.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
this
know
is
the
cool.
golden crab, though. The starving crab, though.
Yeah, so Ghana is an old word for hermit crab, a nod to the monstrous exoskeletons or shells that encase these figures.
What I said earlier, yeah.
Yeah. I'm just going through the notes.
Yeah, okay.
And then it makes a reference for something that happens later. We already went over the seal on Naita's back. And then, yeah, okay. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's not much. Honestly, the only thing that's useful in the transformation notes, is the hermit crab origin for Ghana. And then knowing what Tadahomi's amputation thing says, like punishment. Like she was punished because she went to go get Kudo. And they took her arm off. Something else interesting, later on in the flashback scene between Tadahomi and Kudo, it mentions that the director is her dad. So she might have just killed. Yeah, so she might have just killed her dad, unless the director's changed throughout time, which I guess is possible. But if that's the director, during the flashback, then she just took her dad out. Pretty hardcore.
Well, considering all this experimentation, he probably deserved it. He was asking for it.
Absolutely. I'm sorry. It's okay, Q-Ball. We can't understand you very well. But you know what? It's your thoughts and present that matters. Anyway, we got about 10 minutes. So the floor is open for just whatever you want to say. Doom, you kind of showed up late. Do you want to just talk about your thoughts so far on like chapter 1, maybe what you liked, maybe how many times you read it?
Well,
Q-Ball too, if you just want to like talk, like you can just make a comment and we'll just answer to it.
Good words.
It's going to be a part of the discussion. Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, I only read the manga once. The story was what?
You're kind of new to it.
Yeah, I'm new. The story overall is kind of confusing. You mentioned it earlier, but I really like how Nihei's art has evolved, especially when it comes to human faces. He has improved a lot, Some of them are very similar still, but there's a lot more personality on them. The granny, the scene where this woman is cooking. Who was it called? I don't remember her name. I don't know if
she doesn't have a name. The granny that just gets killed right away by the second manifestation.
Yeah, her face was really well done. I love that character and the. Sorry, am I interrupting you?
No,
she
you're
also
good.
gets killed. No, I mean,
What she says, yeah.
yeah, what she says.
It's
Yeah,
very
there's
funny. She's like, are you okay? Like the dude's
Yeah.
all fucked up.
Yeah, you're hungry. There's like a lot more humor in this manga. Well, a lot, not a lot, but a lot more than usual.
Yeah, definitely more than
Um,
Blam.
Yeah,
And
a lot
it's
more tentacles as well. A suspicious amount of tentacles. But
dude,
yeah,
Nihei loves his tentacles. They've been in every work a
I
lot.
know, right?
Except
know.
for
Tentacle
there's
galore.
not too many in opossums, is there? I don't remember seeing too many
He likes
tentacles in
tall
opossums.
girls and his tentacles.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen opossums.
A few,
Yeah.
but no, not much. No, it's mostly just
Well, then,
tall girls getting
oh,
naked a lot of
I
time.
think this guy has gone. Kibo?
Oh yeah,
I think
he just
he
his
left.
connection was
Okay.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
He took it like a
Well,
champ though.
And yeah, and more thoughts on it. It also reminds me a lot of Genocyber. You guys know this anime?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
Genocide. Not the best plot, but good visually.
Yeah, and this kind of stories are not like the best one, but the art is amazing. I mean, it's like very reminiscent of the 90s, I think. Well,
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
done in
yeah,
We were talking about how this is similar to like those bloody sci-fi 90s OVAs.
OVAs
Where
from
they
the
just didn't
80s, 90s.
Yeah, where they just
Yeah.
didn't give a shit and it was like made for adults. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
Nihei still
Cyberspace
true to that
Gateway
style.
or
But
one of
he
the
also
lines,
has
not
what?
Kira.
Sorry.
No, nothing.
Okay. Yeah, I think Nihei stayed true to that style, but he also has his own, like, he has his own style, really. It's like really dark, gritty, sci-fi, body horror, you say as well.
Yeah, for like 10 years, and then he went on to more less detailed works.
Dude, I like
I
how
think that-
each of his works is so much different. Like even Blam, Abara, and Biomega, his three older, way more defined
Yes.
works of art, they're all completely different styles. And that's one of the
Yes.
things
Yeah.
a lot of people
You can tell it's from Nihei, but yeah, there's this one is like more body horror oriented.
Yeah, and there's more character in it, and there are more jokes in it, and there's more, and the
Yes.
faces are better, and he's evolving, obviously. I mean, even in Blame, he was like, per volume, it gets better and better and better.
Oh my
And
God,
with
dude, yeah.
philosophies and thoughts, and just experimenting with it to get something else than just this dark world constantly. But it's, in my opinion, still the best of his stuff, obviously.
Yes. Yeah.
So guys, Baji was like, will you guys do Doro Hidoro? It's from Nihei X
Yeah,
Assistant.
we will do that in the future.
Yeah, we will
Why
do
not?
that. Also, we think that's kind of a myth. The whole ex assistant to Nihei. Apparently, that's not
No,
actually
it's
true.
his assistant. That's been debunked in an interview when they asked Q if she ever was an assistant to him, but he laughed and said that he wasn't. He appreciates his work, but he was never an assistant to any manga.
Q is a girl.
Yeah, Q's a girl. Who knows?
Yeah, Q.
They're
No,
not
she
a
is.
few,
Q
but they're
Hayashida.
not a few. They're not a lot
Wait.
of big out there. I mean, they're not, but well, whatever.
I don't know if I understand correctly. You say that he was offered to draw something for Doro Hedoro, or
No, Q was the mangaka for Dorador, but she was never an assistant to any other mangaka
Oh, okay.
at the time.
It's a lot of people like to say Q Hayashida was
yeah,
assistant
Q
to
I
Nihei.
see that. Just
But
Q
it's-
for short, basically.
Yeah, hasn't been proven.
Okay.
Dude, I can't believe I thought we were going to get through the whole thing in one episode. There's just too much to talk about in every panel without
Yeah,
rushing
and
through
just
it.
go into references and movies and other manga and other Yeah, and then you just go on and on and on.
Yeah,
This is
you got
most of his works. I mean,
you
except
gotta have fun with it
yeah,
though. Like the whole reason of this podcast
obviously.
is
I
to have
mean,
fun.
why else would I be
Yeah.
here?
And it's not like the next time we'll do Abara content. Who knows? So doing 2 episodes on it, probably worth it. It deserves 2 episodes. How much
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
stuff
not
is in it?
possible to do it just one episode.
I mean,
it needs
with
2 at
the
least.
I mean, but I mean, Sidonia was the easiest because per episode it's like an hour and 20 minutes, and we're done, and that's about it. Because it was easier, obviously.
Yeah,
Because
it's more self-explanatory.
Is
Yeah,
the anime
basically, and there's more humor in it, there's more character, and yeah.
Dude, what the hell? Does anyone know where to watch the new Night Sidonia movie? Like, I can't find it
No,
online.
that will take some
Even
time to
even
get
illegally.
out. Movies
Like,
always
There's-
take longer.
there's the anime the Netflix anime. I don't know
Yeah,
if
the
it's
2
worth
seasons.
watching, you know.
I know.
Is it
I'm
worth
talking about
watching?
the movie. Oh,
The movie,
I
the
would
new
read the
movie that's coming
manga.
out, but no, movies take always longer to come out. That's always with movies. It takes always months, and then with episodes, it takes like an hour or a day or something like that. But it takes always longer. That shit. So
Well,
you have
no,
to
do
wait,
mass.
basically.
Do mass if it's worth watching. And I would say the Night Sidonia manga is better. However, I enjoy the anime. Like, I think the anime is a better adaptation for Knights than the Blam movie. Isn't it? Has an
The Black
adaptation for
movie
Blam.
wasn't great.
Dude,
I
I
also
can- I
wanted
don't-
to ask that.
Chapters.
I also wanted to ask your opinion on the movie.
Oh,
On the
I
Blam
don't.
movie.
Well, the
I don't
movie
like
was
it.
a
It's
mission
like-
or a few chapters. A few characters are being turned into cute, like Sanakon or like the residents, what are called again.
Dude,
And
it's literally here's
The
teenage
Electro
Electro-Fishers and their stupid
yeah,
drama
just
with cameos from Kiri and Sibo and Sonokon as like side characters.
Sibo is like
And it's-
this cold bitch that doesn't care about anything, and it just they try to make it mainstream, but it doesn't work for Blame. Obviously, I mean, if you read the manga, that you don't see all of that back, so it's kind of pointless to do it. I mean, it was made for like 20 years that it's been since he made it, like in 1979, 2017. That's literally 20 years, but it doesn't work in actuality. Like the ONA, I don't know if you saw that from 2003. They did a better job on the atmosphere and the designs, but was under budget, so it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I think we talked about the little onas, I think they're called. You had the DVD from that. I think I love that, and that captured the atmosphere of the manga way better than the movie. Man, the movie doesn't feature the silicon creatures.
No,
What the fuck? Where are the silicon
they just
creatures?
try to get the most easiest way out of this, just the most mainstream thing, try to make out of it. But yeah, I don't see a second one ever made, honestly. I mean, maybe after the Sidonian movie they go and make another one, but I doubt it. Basically, it's not that popular to begin with.
I just don't know why anime studios can't adapt things for the way it was fucking originally done. Like,
I mean, if it was done like Akira, I mean, fuck, that would have worked. If it was made with Ultimo and Nihei and all that stuff, but fuck, we're too late for that, so...
Dude, Modeller, Abara is amazing. Can you guys believe that Abara's MAL score is like 6 point something? Criminal.
Yeah, probably because not much
criminal.
But I don't think we will ever see a better adaptation than Akira.
No.
You know, Akira's like...
No way, dude.
It's impossible
I don't like the Akira adaptation. It's too convoluted.
You don't like the movie?
It's too convoluted and rushed, and it only tells like a third of the story. In fact, I didn't even enjoy Akira until I read it. And I read it and I was like, oh my God.
Okay,
the anime tells me, I mean, for Akira, the anime tells a whole story, but really,
Sorry,
convoluted
Medeller.
and short one.
Sorry, all
That's-
you Akira movie lovers out there. It's my personal
fuck me
opinion.
too.
I just like the manga like 10 times more because
I mean, the
it's,
manga
it-
tells you more, yeah, obviously, because it's like 10 volumes. No, it's 6 volumes now.
yeah, it's 6, but they're
But
big.
it works better, obviously.
Yes, they're
but the
huge.
art in the
They're
movie and the animation and the things, that would work. Ultimo, that would
Oh,
work
I
way
love-
better for Blame, obviously.
I love
like,
the art and the
it-
animation of Akira.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that
It
would
looks
work
gorgeous.
way better for Blame if they just did that.
Mhm.
But that era is long gone, so we never see that again, unfortunately. So that's why we never get a good Blame adaptation, apart from like a short OVA that had no budget at all. So that's the problem with that. And then you have in 2007 one, but that's also too short and nothing, and CGI was shit. So
Yeah,
that's about it we get from that.
I like 2D animation way more than this
Yeah,
kind of
you
3D
just begin
manga.
with 3D in Japan,
Yeah.
and lots
Yeah.
of anime then are just not there yet with that. I mean, Lupin the Third or like Land of the Lustrous or like a few series that work, but most of it is just it's
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
Or like
And
I
the
was gonna
more
say-
we
Hmm?
and the more we travel back in time, the more I like it. You know, like I don't know.
Yeah,
Simple
Yeah,
experiments
'cause-
line.
Oh yeah, EC
lots
says
of experimental.
EC says, to be fair, Akira movie was finished before he finished the manga. I mean, that is true. They could have waited. It's the same thing for Natsuko, The Valley of the Wind. Like, I think the manga is actually, I do really enjoy the movie, but I enjoy the manga better because it tells a whole story. Medeller says she wish Abara was longer. I think we all wish Abara was longer. Abara could have been.
Or like
What do they-
Folder was would also be fun to see an
Dude, it'd be
OVA
cool
from
if
that.
Nihei made. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Seeing Abara animated would be cool. It would have been cool if Nihei made like a prequel to Abara, or maybe like some side
Or like a
story
short, like,
manga.
gag one.
Yeah, to clarify
Yeah.
the plot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But because I know there's a lot of people that give up on Nihei's works because they don't understand it, or I don't
Yeah,
know,
it's
they
convoluted.
want the conventional storytelling, and you don't get that from his works. It's like an art gallery.
Like his older works, like his most recent works get easier and better, and better in like the faces, better in like the comedy, better in like, well, you get my point. But
Yeah.
structurally, it's like, I mean, Aposmus obviously learned from Sidonia in terms of picking a protagonist, because in the first chapter of Aposmus, you see a child which you think is gonna be the protagonist, but gets sapped anyway. So and then we get a way more mature character as a protagonist that works better for the story in general.
Yeah, I
Agree.
agree, Medeller. I think the same thing about the Ghost in the Shell movie too. Oh, actually, dude, honestly, I think I like. I'm not gonna start talking. I'm actually not a Ghost in the Shell fan. That's gonna piss a lot
Really?
of
She
people off.
hated or something.
And like, I love the cyberpunk genre. No, I just think it's too like rushed, and like the storytelling is not good, and nothing's like cleared up. Even reading the manga, I was like, I just didn't have fun reading it. I wanted to, I really tried, but I was just like, there's
And what
just too
about
much.
Alita then?
There's too much technical psychobabble, like confusing stuff, and it like filters the sides on the pages, and I think it just like kind of breaks the atmosphere of like me getting into the story. Anyway,
Yes.
that's like my only probably hot take on like cyberpunk stuff. That
And
I'm just not-
Alita is then better,
show,
in your opinion.
Man, I can't say
Alita?
Cyberpunk.
Oh,
without-
Absolutely. I think Alita is so. I think Ghost in the Shell did a lot for the genre, and it was very influential, and I respect it. I respect Ghost in the Shell. I just don't enjoy watching or reading it as much as I enjoy watching or reading other cyberpunk shit like Battle Angel Alita, or dude, even like Cyber City Oito, and even like Bubblegum Crisis. Like I like stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, good sci-fi. Or Cyber City 808, or I don't know. What are
Bubblegum is on my list, actually.
Dude, watch it. EC, I actually like Standalone Complex a lot more than the original. I feel like Standalone Complex because it like slows it down. Oh, also, what's her name? The main character, Mars. You think of the name of Ghost in the Shell lady? Her personality. It's
the
the
major.
Kusanagi.
Yeah.
Kusanagi.
Yeah. Her personality is like does a 180 from the manga to the movie.
Really robotic.
And the manga, animation. She's like a smart ass. She's comedic. She's like a tomboy. Yeah, and in the anime, different. She's like completely.
He made her more serious, more like a robot, more like the philosophical.
Yeah,
part.
more like Keely.
Mandela says the last Netflix adaptation is an abomination. I haven't seen anything past Standalone Complex for Ghost in the Shell.
I mean, it wasn't the best stuff ever, no, but it's an adaptation. What do you want from it?
Oh, I guess we're just shooting the shit now. Whatever, I'm having fun. Bai says Gantz. I love Gantz. We will definitely do Gantz. Mars. Oh yeah, you never read Gantz. You couldn't get into it. You didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I never. Dude, never started to begin with.
Dude, give it a shot. Finding the volumes.
We're gonna give it a shot.
Finding the volumes in English is a waste of time right now. They go for thousands of dollars
really
for a set.
Rare. Yeah, some volumes.
Dark Horse is releasing omnibuses, and like it is slowly, but they are coming out. Like I just bought the 6th omnibus, so that took us to volume 18, and I think the 7th one comes out in September, so that'll take us to volume 21. And as long as they continue on this schedule, they'll have it fully done out in the omnibuses, which are easily available for people, probably by the end of 2022 or mid 2023. Gantz totally slaps. Someone
crazy.
said, oh, guys, have you seen, what's it called? Full Metal Panic? Are there any Full Metal Panic fans out there?
I know it, but I haven't seen the whole thing or something like that.
A friend of mine told me to watch Psycho-Pass, I think it was called.
Oh my god, I love Psycho-Pass. I love all of Psycho-Pass. A lot of people shit on the 2nd season. A lot of people shit on anything that's not the 1st season. I completely disagree. The mastermind Gen Urobuchi, who's known for works such as Fate Zero, the 1st season of Psycho-Pass. He did the Madoka Magica. He's done some other ones. He's an incredible writer. He only did the 1st season of Psycho-Pass, so I could see why people are like not as fans as the other seasons. And I would agree they're not as good, but I still super enjoy it. I just love I don't know.
Okay,
I got nostalgia for Psycho-Pass. I would check it out. Mars, what do you think? Have you seen the rest of Psycho-Pass? Like all the shit that's coming out?
I've seen the movie. I've seen the 2nd season, not the 3rd season. It's like shorts, but no, I've seen up till season 2 for that, basically. And for the rest, it's been like OVAs, lots of OVAs of like cyber stuff, like ICD, of Colors is something like Blame, but more easier, but still great, though. I mean, you can only watch it on if you download it. Or Giant Robot Animation. Dude, you need to get on that. That's like
Giant Robo. Dude, I'm trying to watch something Armageddon. What's it called? Hold on one second.
Armageddon.
Armageddon? That's also a thing.
He said something Armageddon.
Okay, so I've been getting into the robot genre. Right now I'm burning through Gundam UC. I'm like 8 episodes left and I'll finish Zeta Gundam because I'm trying to get through the whole UC timeline. But then I'm going to get into Getter Robo Armageddon, which is the most critically acclaimed Getter Robo one. Yeah, I haven't watched this yet. I'm very excited about this.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm so into the robot genre. I think it's because I never got into it early on in my anime and manga career, and now I'm like kind of getting into more mecha and shit. Get a Robo Armageddon, yeah, dude. Oh yeah, EC's any thoughts on Alita Last Order? I love Alita Last Order. I don't think it gets enough credit, and I hate how a lot of people write it off as a spinoff, which is completely inaccurate. It's like, if anything, it's a part of the original story. The only reason the original story ended is because I forget his name off the top of my head. Kishiro thought he was going to die, so he ended it. And when he realized he wasn't going to die, he retconned the ending and started Last Order. It's like a direct continuation, and too many people write it off as a spinoff and not as good. I don't go on a fucking rant about Battle Angel Alita, dude.
Well,
He also
and
has
what
the
about
blocks,
the
obviously. It's like
and
more
what about the
experimental
movies?
series.
You mean the OVA? The
Yeah,
OVA
yeah, and
Battle
the
No.
2
Angel?
seasons you get after that. That's also pretty sci-fi, but also hard to understand what's going on, basically. But also
That's
great animation.
that's what got me. There's been it's one of a few anime that made me read the manga. So I watched the anime Berserk, the one from the 90s, and
Ah, yeah,
obviously for those no
1979.
spoilers, for those of you who have watched it, you know it ends on a cliffhanger. So I immediately read the manga after that.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
then
the end. The Golden Age arc, we know.
Berserk will always be a cliffhanger, sadly.
yeah.
Or we need to do
And
Helsing if you go to Gothic.
we'll do Helsing. We could blast through those deluxe editions. Maybe do one deluxe edition
Hmm.
at a time. See how long it takes.
I mean,
Maybe
I
that'd
have,
be too long. They're like 3.5 volumes each.
yeah,
And what do
yeah,
you think
maybe, yeah.
about?
Oh, I was gonna
What do you
say
think?
the Battle Angel Alita
Yes.
OVAs made me read the manga. I like the OVA so much, and it's only 2 episodes. And I was like, God, I love this world so much. I need more.
Or
Immediately
like
Have you
purchased
seen
it.
Have you seen the Robert Rodriguez adaptation?
Oh yes, I did. I actually sort of enjoyed it. I would like it would have been cooler if it was like an R-rated movie that was a little bit more
Yeah,
graphic
but
like the manga was. But I think
yeah, absolutely, yeah. But
for
it's
an
like,
adaptation, it wasn't bad, to be
but
honest. Like I would watch it again and enjoy
I
it.
think it was kind of rushed.
Oh
A
yeah.
bit, it was like the characters doesn't have time to develop. I think, like in the anime or the manga, it's like too fast for my taste.
You should get into the movies for Tezuka movies from Phoenix 2772 Space Firebird. Also great animation, and Space Adventures or Space Adventure Cobras, also great with its sci-fi ideas and whatnot, or
I'm
Space Dandy, or all
I'm a
those.
Joe Crusher over Cobra fan. I do love Space Dandy though. Space Dandy is absolutely hilarious.
Hmm.
Oh, did
Oh,
anybody
yeah.
watch his latest directorial work? Shinichiro Watanabe, I think his name is. He directed a music one with these 2 girls. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Musical?
The guy
Yeah.
from Space Dandy.
Yeah, he directed he did Cowboy Bebop, Terror and Resonance, Space Dandy, Samurai Champloo, and then his most recent one was I can't think of
Oh,
it.
with
It's
two
the girl
girls
singing.
to go to music. Oh, that Tuesday and Carrots, something like
Carol and Tuesday.
that.
Carrots?
Carrots and Tuesday.
Fucking
Yeah, that.
pencil.
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
Oh
Fuck
man.
yourself.
I haven't seen it. It wasn't received too well. I think I watched an episode or 2 and I just didn't like it that much, unfortunately. Carol and Tuesday, yeah, you see. Dude, this is fun. Oh my god, I cannot believe how much UC Gundam there is though. Like
I mean,
they're just
Gundam just goes.
dude, the
Fuck.
seasons are just 50 episodes long. Like, yeah, you can get away with watching the compilation movies for the original because they're like 2.5 hours long each. And they tell the story well. But you can't get away. There are compilation films that exist for Zeta, but they totally retcon the original ending and they make Zeta ZZ and Char's Counterattack like non-existent. Don't care about that universe. But Zeta's 50 episodes, I'm almost done. And then ZZ 50 episodes. That's going to be a lot. And then I get a Char's Counterattack. And then after that, it's all like the OVAs, which are way shorter and easier to watch. Like Unicorn.
But yeah, you should go to Giant Robot the Animation, or like Dragon's Heaven, or Bow, or like Harmageddon. Like the
Okay,
the
after
opposite of
Gundam, gonna do Get a Robo Armageddon, and then I'll watch some Giant Robo because I have heard good
Great.
things.
It's great. Also,
Um,
giant epic. Oh, it's great. It's like
Anyway.
based on a manga from the 60s, 50s, but fuck, they go all out on it to make it as modern as possible for like the 90s. But still, it really works.
Oh yeah, Kevin, I have not seen all of Big O. I need to watch it. I have it. It's on my list. Probably after Armageddon. All right. It's almost 2 hours, 20 minutes. That was a nice, fun shoot the shit session ended on though. Any last words, guys?
Great read. Hope they're reading more.
Yeah. So guys, next week we're gonna finish up part 2 of Abara.
Volume 2.
Yeah, Abara Volume 2. Doom, if you know the original guys are here, we'll have our 4, but we'll get you in on the Biomega, which we start after Abara.
No problem.
And yeah. All right, everyone have a safe weekend. You know, if you're gonna drink, do drugs, do so responsibly. You know,
Hell Satan.
No, not God. Mars, stop hailing Satan
Hell
at the end of every. No,
great.
not hail Satan.
Hell yeah. It's
You know what
warmer
this cross
there.
means? I'm a Jesus lover. You can't be hail Sataning in my podcast, dude. Can't believe you.
I don't care. I have the same account as you have, so I can do everything I want.
Oh my God, that's right. He's gonna like change my YouTube pictures.
Yeah,
They're gonna be like,
fuck yeah. They do
demonic,
upside down crosses and all the fun shit.
All right, gang. Take it easy. We'll see you next week. Thanks for coming by. Oh, like, comment, subscribe. You know, keep supporting the channel. You guys are great. We're almost at 300.
All the fun shit.
We're almost at 300 subscribers. So thanks.
Fuck.
Peace.
Goes fast.